मी ते जाऊन आला ना त्याचा एक रिपोर्ट बनवा की आम्ही असं असं अटेंड केलं हे अर्जपर्यंत हे आम्ही शिकलो. नाही, जे काय कन्व्हर्सेशन झालं ते मांडा. मांडा म्हणजे काय होतं म्हणजे ते डॉक्टर साहेब विचारलं तास कोणाचं आणि त्याचे ओसीबीसी काढू नका, आपल्याकडे सॉफ्ट कॉपी असते ना. कशाला कागद वाया घालायची बाबा, आपल्याला कधी तुम्हाला डोक्याला माहिती नाही. हे काढायचं आणि आपल्याकडे एक लिस्ट पाहिजे या पोरांना हे दिलेलं आहे. ते आता हे यश
कॅमेरा पण बंद आता आज कुठे वेळ आहे रे मला? तू आता चाललाय तिकडे? Good morning, all of you.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, first sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Evening, sir.
Good morning.
Namaskar, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Badaskar, sir, good morning.
Good morning.
सगळ्यांना नमस्कार.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Very good morning, sir. Correct, Appo?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Solution from IIT, sir.
Good morning, all. No? अरे यार दे गड़बड़ हो रही है हो ना ते गड़बड़ झाली म्हणलं ना डबल टाकायचो अरे हो ना
आपल्याला गडबड आहे का? नाही बरोबर.
दिसतंय का तिला सगळं दिसा ना सर बरोबर आहे का ठीक आहे का सर आता मारू का हा ठीक आहे हा
ठीक आहे. तर तुम्ही invest करा.
बर
सर
हो.
माईक म्यूट करा ना आपला.
Audio.
चलिए सर, अगर उस तरफ आया तो लूंगा। अगर आप इस तरफ आते हैं तो प्लीज
व्हिडिओ ऑन करू ना आपली हा नाही
हेलो आवाज तो नहीं जा रहा ऐसी लग रहा है
वो एक कॉर्ड इसमें डालना पड़ता था मीटर में और
अपना भी
आपका
आवाज आ रहा है बंद
एक
कर
पीली कार्ड है.
उसको ऑफ कर दो ना
अपना आवाज आ रहा
ये
है
म्यूट कर दो उसको. अनम्यूट केलं तर त्याला बिचारायला माहित नाही तुझं नाव चाललंय.
उधर तो सुनेंगे ना
काय झालं रे
हेलो हेलो हाँ आ रहा है
अभी 169 चालू है।
मेरे जाएंगे उधर जी
हेलो
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, madam.
Namaskar.
गुड मॉर्निंग मॅडम.
Good morning, ma'am.
स्वप्नीलनी माझी बॅकग्राऊंड घेतलेली दिसते. मी ती नॉर्मली घरात असले की करते. स्वप्नील ऑफिस मध्ये आहे का घरात आहे?
ऑफिस मध्ये युनिव्हर्सिटी रिप्लिकेट व्हायला पाहिजे म्हणून.
हा, वेल डन.
आज सगळे डीन्स आहेत म्हटलं मग काय आपलं
माझ्यात पण MUHS दिसलं पाहिजे.
I request all of you to kindly
आणि कोणी घेतले इन वन रूम यू कांट हॅव टू ऑनलाईन.
I request all of you to kindly mute your microphones so we can start today's workshop. सुरू करू मॅडम.
हो.
Good morning, all of you. I welcome all the deans and their representative for the online workshop regarding conduct of inspection and teaching and learning evaluation for affiliation of colleges. For this inauguration of workshop, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. Madhuri Kanitkar Madam will preside over this inauguration session. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Registrar Sir, Control of Examination Dr. Sandeep Kadu Sir, Finance Officer Kaskar Sir, Dean of Medical Faculty Dr. Satin Mumbre Sir, and Dean of Dentist Faculty Dr. Jayant Bhaskar Sir is also present for this inauguration session. May I request Registrar Dr. Banga Sir to kindly give the introduction for this workshop.
Yeah, very good morning to all. Honorable VC ma'am, respected Pro VC sir, and all the faculty members, the deans and the representatives of various colleges, medical and dental colleges. Now this, I welcome on behalf of MUHS all of you to this event. Online workshop that is being conducted, that is for orientation of affiliated colleges towards the inspection. Now it has been seen that during the previous inspections that there are some colleges which are doing very fantastic job and their quality of education as well as administration is can be called as one of the best administration. However, there are certain colleges which are not giving proper attention to the day-to-day administration and day-to-day quality work that is being conducted at the respective colleges. So that's why today's workshop, which is divided into two parts, that is, first is the college infrastructure as per council norms, and second is the teacher and learning evaluation. So both these aspects are very important to the development or improvement of the quality of education as well as administration. There are certain things which we at the university has come to our notice. Many colleges which are cooperating with the schemes of the universities. However, it is sad to say, but mainly the government colleges, few of them maybe in the during the course of this interaction you will come to know some government colleges or some dental colleges which are reluctant to cooperate with the themes or schemes that are being implemented by the university. So I request all of you to attend today's workshop in a with sincerity, so that it will be a fruitful exercise. I congratulate the organizers for conducting this workshop, and I wish all the best for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Registrar Dr. Rajendra Banga Sir. Sir has given us the insight of today's workshop. Now I request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of MUHS, Dr. Milind Nikum Sir, to kindly speak a few words on this occasion.
धन्यवाद तोरणे सर. सर्वप्रथम महाराष्ट्र आरोग्य विज्ञान विद्यापीठाच्या कुलगुरू आदरणीय
माधुरी कानिटकर मॅडम यांचं जे विजन आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये सर्व कॉलेजेस हे चांगल्या रीतीने विद्यार्थी घडवावे आणि एक चांगला डॉक्टर बाहेर पडून प्रॅक्टिस करावा या दृष्टीने आपण प्रयत्न करत आहोत. आज म्हणजे हे वर्कशॉप कंडक्ट करण्यामागचं उद्दिष्ट जे होतं ते याच्यामध्ये जे इन्स्पेक्टर्स LIC ला जातात त्यांना ऍक्च्युअली जे काही आपल्याला डिस्क्रिपन्सीज पाहिजेत त्या कशा प्रकारच्या असल्या पाहिजेत आणि कशा पॉइंट आउट करायच्या आणि कशा फाईन करायच्या या दृष्टीने आपल्याला जास्त महत्वाचं आहे. कारण आपल्याला सगळ्या कॉलेजचं चांगलं जे काय असेल तर ते आपण वेबसाईटवर टाकायला सांगितलेलं आहे, पण ज्या काय लॅक्युनाज आहेत त्या नमूद झाल्या पाहिजेत आणि जेणेकरून आपल्याला त्याच्यावर फोकस करून विद्यार्थ्यांच्या दृष्टीने त्यांना आपण जी काही क्लिनिकल मटेरियल पुरवतोय, हॉस्पिटलमध्ये जेन्युइनली फंक्शनिंग आहे का नाहीये, त्याच्यानंतर पेशंट्स आपण त्यांना बघायला मिळतायत का नाहीये या दृष्टीने आपल्याला विचार करायचा आहे. त्याच्यानंतर ज्या फॅकल्टीज जिथे ऑल टाइम म्हणजे फुल टाइम वर्किंग आहेत त्यांचंही आपल्याला या ठिकाणी निदर्शनास आणून द्यायचं आहे की ज्या फॅकल्टीज पूर्ण वेळ काम करत नाहीयेत, काही फक्त पार्ट टाइम काम करत आहेत किंवा ज्यांच्यामध्ये आपल्याला असं आढळून आलेलं आहे की त्या फक्त ऑन पेपर असतात, या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा विचार आपल्याला या ठिकाणी बघायचा आहे. त्याच्यानंतर सगळ्यात महत्वाचं म्हणजे काय की आज आपण चाललोय 2022 कडे चाललो आहोत. आपलं सिल्वर जुबली आता पुढच्या वर्षी येऊ घालत आहे. यामध्ये आपल्याला सुधारणा करण्याची गरज आहे की सगळे कॉलेजेस प्रॉपरली फंक्शनिंग झाले पाहिजेत, हॉस्पिटल वर्क चांगलं झालं पाहिजे. त्याच्यानंतर जे कॉलेजचे इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर आहे ते चांगलं असतं, पण त्याच्यामध्ये इक्विपमेंट इन्स्ट्रुमेंट हे वर्किंग नसतात, फंक्शनॅलिटी कमी असते. त्याच्यानंतर त्याचे AMC नसतात. त्यानंतर जे आपल्याला बघायचं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये सर्वात महत्वाचं आहे की वर्षभरात त्यांनी किती मेडिसिन्स वापरलं आहे, त्याच्यानंतर किती क्लिनिकल मटेरियल वापरलं आहे याचाही सुद्धा इव्हॅल्युएशन करणं गरजेचं आहे, जेणेकरून त्या खरोखर ते जेवढे पेशंट बघितलेत तेवढं क्लिनिकल मटेरियल वापरलं जात आहे का किंवा तेवढी औषधं वापरली जात आहेत का हे सुद्धा बघणं गरजेचं आहे. LIC कमिटीज बऱ्याच वेळेला आपल्याला दिसतंय की रिफ्यूज करतात आणि आपल्याला अडचण येते ऐनवेळेस इन्स्पेक्शन करण्याच्या दृष्टीने. आणि आता आपण फेब्रुवारी आणि मार्च मध्ये या 23-24 साठी आपण इन्स्पेक्शन चालू करणार आहोत. या दृष्टीने प्रत्येकाला ट्रेन करणं गरजेचं आहे आणि रिफ्युजल कमीत कमी व्हावे या दृष्टीने आपण आता नवीन कायदा करत आहोत, ज्याच्यामध्ये पहिलं रिफ्युजल असेल तर ह्या पहिल्या रिफ्युजल मध्ये आपण फक्त डीनच्या परवानगीशिवाय त्याला आपण मान्यता देणार नाही आहोत. सेकंड टाइम जर रिफ्युजल केलं तर त्याला वॉर्निंग देणार आहोत. थर्ड टाइम जर रिफ्युजल केलं तर 1 वर्षासाठी त्याला आपण विद्यापीठाच्या कामकाजासाठी डिबार करणार आहोत. त्याच्यानंतर जर थर्ड टाइम झालं तर मग त्याचं PG अप्रुव्हल कॅन्सल करण्यात येईल आणि जर फोर्थ टाइम झालं तर UG PG दोन्ही अप्रुव्हल त्याचे कॅन्सल होतील, जेणेकरून त्याला विद्यापीठाच्या कोणत्याही कामकाजात सहभाग घेता येणार नाही. तर विद्यार्थी केंद्रबिंदू मानून आपण जे काही गोष्टी करत आहोत त्यासाठी सर्वांनी सहकार्य करावं आणि पुढच्या वाटचालीसाठी मी तोरणे सरांना सांगतो की त्यांनी कार्यक्रम करावा. धन्यवाद.
खूप खूप धन्यवाद आदरणीय प्रतिकुलगुरू सर. सरांनी एकूणच विद्यापीठाची पुढील वर्षाची आणि एकूणच पुढच्या भविष्यकाळातील वाटचाल कशी असेल याच्याबद्दल विद्यापीठाची भूमिका आपल्या सर्वांसमोर मांडली. साधारण 1 वर्षापूर्वी आदरणीय कुलगुरू मॅडम लेफ्टनंट जनरल माधुरी कानिटकर मॅडम या विद्यापीठाच्या कुलगुरू पदाचा त्यांनी कार्यभार घेतला आणि त्यानंतर अनेक विविध उपक्रमांना विद्यापीठातर्फे प्रारंभ करण्यात आला. याच्यामध्ये सर्वप्रथम त्यांनी विजन डॉक्युमेंट जे मांडलेलं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये क्वांटिटी बेस पेक्षा क्वालिटी बेस्ड एज्युकेशनवर जास्त भर दिलेला आहे आणि त्याच अनुषंगाने महाविद्यालय आणि विद्यापीठ यांच्यामध्ये संवादाचा पूल बांधण्यासाठी टू ब्रिजिंग द कम्युनिकेशन गॅप बिटवीन द कॉलेजेस अँड द युनिव्हर्सिटी हे अशा प्रकारच्या वर्कशॉपचे ऑर्गनायझेशन आपण विद्यापीठातर्फे करत आहोत. आजच्या या कार्यक्रमाच्या या वर्कशॉपच्या इनॉग्रेशन सेशनच्या अध्यक्षा माननीय कुलगुरू कानिटकर मॅडम यांना मी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी या प्रसंगी आपल्याला मार्गदर्शन करावं.
थँक्यू स्वप्नील. All the officers of the university, the faculty and invited consultants who would be giving talks today, deans of medical and dental colleges, dean faculty medicine and dental, and all the senior faculty members who have come in large numbers to attend this. It's very heartening. I can see 236 participants. So that is very, very encouraging. And I thank you all that I know everyone is very busy, but you are joining us and joining hands, and together we can change from just quantity to quality. Ever since I've taken over, like he mentioned, we are moving towards quality, but at the same time, we do not want to go unilaterally in a dictatorial fashion, but we would like to take it forward as a team effort with a democratic and listening to your problems. So as far as the university goes, when we are looking at the outcomes and the deliverables, there is no difference we make between government colleges and private colleges. It remains the same. The problems are different for the two sets of colleges. And if there's any place that these forums with so many deans and senior faculty members, you can highlight some of the problems which the university can support you. Otherwise, for private colleges to implement it, you have to go through your management, and government colleges, I know, at the mercy of DMER and the MEDD. So there are restrictions, but there are areas where we can think of out-of-the-box solutions, and a concrete suggestion from you all is most open-mindedly accepted by the university. So that's the first thing that I want to tell you. The second thing is looking at infrastructure, because you can give quality only, you can be happy if you are happy with it. So we have to look at, it is not just delivering the lectures, but are the students really benefiting? Because we want them to have, today, the universities which are not accredited, our degrees are not accepted by international listings. A simple example, even National University of Singapore and the National University Hospital Singapore gives those who are accredited. Unless the university is accredited, degrees given to your students, they cannot go abroad and get any kind of weightage for it, because now everyone is following these norms. So it is very important, and with that in mind, we've started with the university under the Pro VC and the registrar, who both have a lot of experience. We've set up the IQAC cell, and through that, we are trying to handhold colleges, because as we take the NEP 2020 forward, there would be a large number of you college people who may go in for an autonomy. But even that would require a certain amount of accreditation. So the sooner we are all sharing, caring, and reaching those goals, the better will be. Secondly, the university is leaving no stone unturned. It's not just passing orders. If we want a change to occur, we are capacity building and holding hands of faculty. So whether it's the COE holding workshops on blueprinting to bring in better paper setting, to bring in better evaluation methods, we have established a chair of excellence at the university for curriculum and innovative methods. So where Dr. Payal Bansal has just assumed the charge and will be working towards that. So we need partnership. We do not want the university's rules taken as we are trying to implement or thrust something on you, but we want to work as partners. And in that, one of the ways is, the problem is, if you go through it with a POMR, we are used to problem-oriented medical record. So if the problem is delayed results, a whole team has been under the COE, they visited other universities, and we are moving to an online system of evaluation, which is being tested against all odds. But I'm very happy and glad that the dental faculty agreed to take it on, and most colleges have cooperated to make this possible. Because if it works for the dental faculty, the university plans to implement it across all faculties. So there are a few colleges which I'm sure it is not because they just don't want to cooperate, but probably they have problems. If they're legitimate problems and the university can help them solve them, I will definitely handhold. But we must ensure that we make this a grand success, because today if dental is done all across faculties, and within a week we'll be able to give results. And look at the benefits accrued. The supplementary exam will be conducted faster. The people will be able to get into mainstream faster. So if we want these quality changes, each step the university is trying to take is very important. We're not doing it only unilaterally. and we cannot do it without your help. If you have problems or a feedback or suggestions, please do give it to us. We will look into it. But once we agree to do something, please all support us, because then we would have to. You will also see we are facilitating online TADH. So I compliment the organizers of this workshop, where everything that you need to know that we've brought in changes, you will be able to see, and give us more suggestions as to which ones we should prioritize, so that we have a fair eligibility, a fair selection, good teaching, learning, good evaluation and results, and good career planning for our students. I mean, that is the ultimate aim, because if we do that, that translates into better patient care, better research. And the university is aligning its goals for education in medical and dental and other faculties to improve patient care and improve research. So with that, I end my talk here, and I wish the organizers and all the participants all the very best. And I would request the deans of the faculties, to any genuinely valid points which come up, to please compile us, so the university gets a constructive feedback and we can improve ourselves. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, for your words of wisdom. Now we'll begin for the workshop. First session will be by Dr. Sunil Tithme. He is a consultant, and he will be give us the presentation on the teaching and learning evaluation for medical and dental colleges. After that, Control of Examination, Dr. Sandeep Kadu sir will speak on infrastructural facilities for the establishing digital evaluation centers, which Madam already been mentioned. And after that, Finance and Accounts Officer Karaskar sir will give the orientation on the online submission of TDA bills. Now I request Dr. Sunil Tithme sir to kindly start your presentation. Tithme sir.
Yeah, and I'm just sharing my PPT. Yes. Just confirm you can see my PPT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Swapnil sir, for nice introduction. Vice Chancellor, Honorable Dr. Kanikar Madam, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nikum sir, Registrar, Dr. Bangal sir, Controller of Examinations, Dr. Kadu sir, Organizers of Academic Section, Dr. Kavide sir, and Deans of Faculties and all participants. A very good morning to one and all. And let me congratulate to the organizers as well as to the participants for having come together for such a wonderful cause, which is orientation to teaching, learning and evaluation program under local LIC. Now, Madam has Pro Vice Chancellor sir and Pro Vice Chancellor Madam has rightly pointed out many aspects, and I'll be throwing light on all those aspects while we go through this session. And what will be the focus of LIC during teaching, learning and evaluation assessment? Of course, part one and other aspects will be taken care of by deans of the respective faculties, but I'll be focusing on teaching, learning and evaluation. And I'm happy to share that it took us a lot of time, a lot of discussions, deliberations and debate to come out with the parameters which are decided for teaching, learning and evaluation. And there are a lot of inputs were sought from different stakeholders. A lot of debate took place, and after that we were able to come out with this program, which is now approved and published by the university. So while during LIC, the major focus of teaching, learning and evaluation program will be on 9 parameters. And I'll be taking you through all those 9 parameters in detail so that you can understand how you have to be prepared for LIC during their visit on the basis of those parameters. So first will be the students and full-time teacher ratio. It will be counted for the latest completed academic year. Then clinical skills, laboratory and simulation-based learning offered by the institution to the students, and different aspects related to imparting the training, skill training for the students. Then we will be also talking about the output, the graduate output of entire academic proceedings of the higher educational institution in the terms of pass percentage of students, will be focusing on student-centric learning methods. Those are adopted by the institutions while imparting the education. Then mentor-mentee system and the ratio of the mentor to mentee, that will be also discussed. Special programs for advanced learners and slow performers. Then clinical teaching material in terms of outpatient and inpatient records which are available. Awards and recognitions for teachers, and the continuous internal evaluation or assessment by the institution which is adopted for the internal assessment. Now, if you look at all those 9 parameters, you will see that those parameters, as like Vice Chancellor Madam has said, they'll be focusing on the output as well as outcome. Now, when we say output, it speaks about the quantity. And when we say outcome, it speaks about the quality. And because while going through the circulars of the university, I realized that university is really thinking of some quality rather than focusing on quantity. And this entire assessment program, if you see, every parameter will be either based on qualitative assessment and quantitative assessment. So both aspects will be taken care. And all these parameters that are compiled from different accreditation platforms like NAC, like NIRF, there are international accreditation platforms. So, and after discussion only, we have finalized these 9 parameters. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you go traditionally and look into the functioning of any higher educational institution, we always think about a IPO model: input, process, and output. So these 3 terms only, they were discussed. But as NEP has come into picture, and every state and every institution has to ensure that NEP is implemented in a true spirit, they will have to think about outcome as well. So when we think about input for a higher educational institution, we always seek students' background, teachers' background, different resources that are made available by the governing body, and so on. The processes are with the help of the teachers, with the help of the governing body, with the help of dean, in the terms of offering the programs, designing policies for implementation of those programs, lectures those are conducted, practical sessions conducted, and governance. So the process speaks about all those aspects altogether. Then when we say output of this process, is always in terms of student results, the grades of the student, the statistics of the employment or the self-placement, the credit hours delivered to the student, then the resources those are made available by the governing body, and the participation rate of the students and teachers in different activities. So the traditional teaching was limited to this particular point, but now as we go ahead with the NEP and other parameters, we have to always think about the outcome as well. Now, which are the parameters those are important in outcome? They are students learning. How does student learn, and what level of attributes, what level of skills they attain, their knowledge, their attitude. Then the faculty outcome in the form of their publications, in the form of citations they receive, faculty development which occurs through the input of faculty development programs, and the students' overall growth. There can be multiple parameters for students' growth. So all those are considered as an outcome. And if you look at accreditation by NAC, ranking by NIRF, and any other accreditation level, you will always see that major focus is on outcome. And that is what Vice Chancellor Madam was rightly pointing out, that excellence, we have to focus on quality and excellence. So let's get into very first point of the teaching, learning, and evaluation, which is student to full-time teacher ratio. Now, the LIC committee will be simply counting number of students enrolled in the institution and number of teachers available for UG programs and PG programs. Make sure that you are counting all programs offered. Those are approved by the university, and you can take sum of all UG programs, the students, and same thing can be done for teachers for PG as well as UG. And here we'll be counting ratio. Now here we'll not be discussing anything about benchmark or what is expected. How much should be the ratio and all those things. They'll be communicated by the university to the inspectors and to the institution as per the policy. But here, how you should be ready to provide the data and documents, that we will discuss. So here, the list of students enrolled for the completed academic year at the time of inspection, and the list of full-time university teachers, those are approved by the university. That data you should be able to provide. So here only the ratio will be counted. Second will be the uses of the clinical skill laboratory as well as simulation-based learning by the institution to impart a training to the students. Now, why these things have become important? Because as I told, our focus is more on the outcome, not the output. So when we think about outcome, we have to ensure that we do something in a different way. We do something in a way which will help the students to improve their skills, improve their knowledge, and improve their overall outcome. So that is why the skills labs and simulation based training to the students helps in achieving those desired areas. Now there will be three major things which will be focused, whether the institution has clinical labs or clinical skill labs or simulation training models, and the trainers for skills and in the relevant disciplines depends on the type of programs you offer. Then whether the institution has the structured program for the training and assessment of those clinical skill lab and the simulation based learning, and whether the training programs for the faculty are being conducted by the institution on certain clinical simulation models and so on. Now, those three particular aspects, you have to only answer in yes or no, and if they are available with you, you have to give the details, you have to give the justification. So what details are expected here? You can provide the photographs of all those facilities available, the details of the structured program. Sometimes it may happen that you're offering those things or training to the students in the routine lectures or routine demonstrations and so on. That can be also a structured program. But if you are doing something over and above, it has to be always come through a structured program, which should be published for the student. It should be approved by the authorities of the institution. So all those documents will help you, in under this particular point. Then the timetables, you can always, make available to the students so that they also know that something related to the skills and all that is happening in the institution. And any other evidence which you think can justify your claim over there, that will help you to go through this particular point. So these are all the evidences which will be helping you under this point. Third will be the incremental performance in pass percentage of students. Now here we'll be talking about quality as well as quantity, remember, because when we say pass percentage of students, it speaks about the quantity, how many students are passed. And this data will be for 3 years, completed 3 years. And here the data for the first year and final year, the pass percentage of students of first year and final year. So this will give you an average understanding about that institution, because if you take only final year, it may not speak about other years. So particularly here, the first year students and final year students, the average performance in the university examination that will be counted for UG as well as PG, and the average pass percentage will be taken into consideration. Now here, when we speak about quantity, it is just a result or the grades of the students that will speak. But what should be done for quality? Now, when we say quality, it can be always in the form of, how many students are passing in a particular grade. Say, for example, distinction. Okay, you may say that 85% is a passing percentage of your overall UG programs and PG programs. But when you say about quality, when you say about outcome here is how many are passing in a higher grade, how much of your students they are deviating from the average score of your class. I mean, if they are deviating too much on the either side, what are the reasons? I mean, if a specific group of student, only if they are able to understand what is being taught or how the training is imparted, only they are able to understand. Or is there any issue with the students, those are deviating on lower side of the average score? So those things will help you to understand the quality of the training imparted in terms of the outcome and output with reference to the result of the student. So you can simply provide a list of programs those are offered and the students those are appeared and passed. The percentage will be always calculated in terms of the students appeared, not the students admitted. Students appeared and students passed. And those results, once they are analyzed, they should be discussed either in the college council or in the curriculum committee or any academic platform of the institution. And with those, that discussion should be documented, and that should be, made available to all stakeholders for taking action related to that particular point. So that analysis has to be performed every year. It should be discussed and it should be made available for action taking. And a trend analysis, you can always find the trends in your result, on which side you are going. Trend is not in the form of only a overall result. Trend can be in the form of, as I said, the students passing with a higher grade, students they are
मिस होतोय
closer to the passing marks and all. Okay, so in that way, you can always find out the trend for the pass percentage of student. Number 4 will be the student-centric learning methods that are used by the institution. We'll be also talking about how the student-centric methods.
dental and medical. It's सगळे quality improve करायला काय
Please mute your mics, please.
If someone is muting me, can you just check that? Yeah. So number 4 is student-centric learning methods. They are used by the students. If you go through all those 10 student-centric learning methods, you will find that you are implementing most of them already. But when you are implementing those student-centric learning methods, you have to see that how these learning methods are helping to the students, not in the term of outcome, in the output, in the term of outcome as well. Because we're talking about quality here. So you have to see when you are imparting a didactic teaching or demonstration or clinical posting, you have to see whether they're helping. So the analysis or assessment of those outcomes is important while imparting the training through these student-centric learning methods. But nowadays, even through the national education policy and other aspects, student-centric learning methods will only sustain. All other traditional methods are going to disappear. So we have to focus more on the student-centric learning, and those will only improve our output as well as outcome. And quality can be imparted only through the student-centric learning method when you focus on teaching, learning, and evaluation. So you have to make available the teaching timetable and attendance register, the learning environmental facilities for specific learning, then the assessment proforma, if any, or any other relevant document can help you to get through this particular point. So when we say student-centric methods, what does it mean? I mean, how we have to understand whether the methods which we are using are student-centric or not. So this can be methods, or this can be any way of instruction that focuses on products of learning by the students. I mean, students should be at the center, should be able to understand, should be able to give a continuous feedback or ongoing feedback to the teacher and to the college, so that the teaching methods can be improved upon. So there are certain elements, certain parameters, they'll help us to understand what is the difference between a student-centric method and a teacher-centric method. So if you take knowledge as a parameter, you will say that it is transmitted from the instruction by the teacher in the teacher-centric. However, it is constructed by student at their own if the student-centric methods are adopted. Then the students' participation is most of the time active in the student-centric learning methods, and it is passive when teacher is teaching with a teacher-centric way. Then the role of a teacher here is authoritative, the leader in the teacher-centric. However, it is facilitator, and it is most of the time participative method of learning. Role of assessment, we only do assessment for the purpose of grading. You will agree with me, whatever assessments are being done till date, they're done only to grade the students, that's it. But here in the student-centric method, we go for an ongoing assessment. We go for a continuous internal assessment. And once we do that, we receive ongoing feedback from the students, whether there is anything going wrong, which is not, which is not understood by the students. And that feedback will help on for continuous improvement. And that is where quality comes into picture. An emphasis in the student-centric method will be always developing a deeper understanding, not just learning correct for giving answers in the examination or vivas and all. So once students develop a deeper understanding of the concept, they are ready for any exams or any other aspect. Assessment methods, they are multidimensional in the student-centric, and academic culture in the student-centric methods is collaborative and supportive. It is not individualistic or not competitive in that way. So that is the difference. So even if you are doing anything over and above those 10 methods that are mentioned over there, you can simply claim it over here and tell that this is how they're helping our student. But the outcome-based analysis of those methods, those are used, should be done by the institution. Then number 5 is mentor-mentee ratio. I'll answer all the questions at the end. I think that will help. You just note down your question, and you may text it through the chat, so that I'll go through the question and I'll answer that. Number 5 is mentor-mentee ratio. I'm sure by this time everyone must have started these programs, because this is what is expected through the new educational policy and all other assessment and accreditation methods. So this will help basically to make sure that the students, those are coming into a health science education in your institution, they are provided appropriate hand-holding in terms of, now most of the time, this should not be limited to academic, this should not be limited to administrative issues of the students, because the first thing which students will face will be the administrative issues. But the major purpose of mentoring the student is beyond the administration. It should not only be, limited to that. It should look into the culturalization of the student. It should look into the personal issues of the student. It should look into the overall growth of the student. It should also look into the family issues and any other things. Because when we discuss the special programs for the students, slow learners and advanced learners, those will also come in the part of mentorship program. So all those things should be taken care. So here the mentor-mentee ratio for all the years, that will help us to understand how the program is being implemented and how it is helping the students to improve the outcome as well as output. So year-wise list we have to provide the year-wise list of full-time teachers approved by the university, the SOPs for the mentorship program developed by the institution, and the details related to allotment of the mentors, then meetings, their frequencies, and the issues addressed. So the most important aspect of the mentor-mentee program here will be the issues those are addressed and how the mentors have helped the institution to come out of the particular issue or particular challenge. So you can make a case study and you can document that case study. That will help to improve your mentorship program as well. Number 6, the institution organizes a special program for advanced learners and slow performers. Now, what is important, because most of the time question will come that what does it mean by advanced learners and slow performers? Now I have told you that you take out the average result of a particular course. Now you have to do it course wise. You cannot do it for an overall program, because the understanding level of a student for different course, like for example anatomy or biochemistry, may be entirely different. So you can take out an average result of the particular batch or a particular course, and you can see how much deviation is there on both the sides. Like advanced performance, they are too much, like 50-60% is your average score of the batch, or 50% is average score. You have to see how much advanced learners that are away from that average, and how much slow learners that are away on the lower side from their score. So that may help. I mean, this is one criteria. You can take up any other criteria. You can go for you can use your mentorship program to identify the slow learners and advanced learners. You can use any other method. I mean, that is not limited, but it has to be a structured one. It should be approved by the authorities, and it should be published so that all the stakeholders that are knowing about those special programs, those are developed by the institution. Now, what will be the ensured in the LIC? That there has to be a criteria for assessing learning levels, like how I told, the different criteria, how you assess the learning levels of the students, and what programs you implement. If you name some program for the students, how you implement that, all the strategies, and the outcome of this program. When you implement it for slow learners as well as advanced learners, what is the outcome of that program? That will be the focus by the committee. Then the documents pertaining to all the aspects of special programs should be made available. The first is details of those programs approved by the college council or head of the institution or any other body. Then criteria for assessing the advanced learners and slow learners, student participation in those programs, and details of their outcome records, and any other relevant information which you think is supportive to that particular action of the institution can help you to get through this particular indicator. Number 7 will be the clinical teaching material. Now, of course, Vice Chancellor Madam was saying about the availability of clinical teaching material, because while discussion with the Pro Vice Chancellor sir also, these issues, they are always coming, because availability of teaching material for most of the medical colleges and for most of the dental and other colleges also, it may not be an issue, but there'll be a group of a colleges or group of students who are not at all getting exposure to the ideal size of clinical material. So for that purpose, it is necessary to ensure that a minimum clinical teaching material is available with the institution. So here the committee will ensure that, committee will check and verify the OPD and IPD registers. They will also verify the statistics either through the manual records or through the HMIs or any other method. They will check the medical records of the institution for last 3 years and any other relevant information which they think is relevant, to cross-check those claims of the institution that will be verified by the institution. Number 8 will be the average percentage of full-time teachers who received the awards and recognition. They are above university level, university and state and national level, or any registered body which is functional at the state level and above. They'll be taken into consideration for last 3 years. So this will speak about the quality of teachers, because you cannot appoint a teacher merely for delivering the classes. The teacher has to get involved in all academic related things. Then only he can he can develop his knowledge and skills to impart a training to the student, which will really make them knowledgeable and skillful. So that is why this particular point is important, how the teachers are keeping themselves ready for all those aspects of the higher education. It can be in the terms of awards they're receiving for their exceptional work in that field. It can be academic, it can be research, it can be extension, it can be any other area. But all those areas, they work together for betterment of the student as a stakeholder. Now, there will be a question that what is the difference between awards and recognition? Because awards, when you get, they clear-cut mention about awards, but recognition may vary. Recognition simply means you are recognized because of your expertise, because of your experience, and because of your ability to work on different level. You are recognized by certain bodies or by university or by state, either on some committees, either on some any other way. I mean, you are nominated on some committee, that is also one recognition. Either you are recognized for your best work, it may not be in the form of award, but you are just receiving a recognition letter or appreciation letter. So those things can be considered over here, and all they really help the teachers to build their confidence in delivering the academics. And that is why these particular things, they matter. So here we have to provide the list of full-time teachers and their award details, and also provide the certificates of either awards or any recognition. And here we get into the last one, which speaks about the continuous internal evaluation of the students by the institution. Now here you can simply answer an yes or no, but when you are claiming this, you have to always see that the major focus of the ELIC will always remain on how do you plan the continuous internal evaluation, how do you implement it, and how do you analyze the outcome of that assessment. Now, if you are really going for continuous internal assessment, it has to be a structured one, like how university conducts the university examination, thorough planning. At the beginning, you know that when it is going to happen, how it is going to happen, and all those things. Similarly, it should not, institution should not take it for granted that it is internal assessment. We will plan as and when, and we'll decide about it. But this is not the thing. That is where quality matters. So you should make student aware about the continuous internal assessment. You may do it for grading, for internal marks. You may do it for any other purpose. You may do it for deciding the learning level of the students. You may conduct it for for understanding whether a desired skills and competencies are assured or not. So this continuous internal assessment is one method which gives you ongoing feedback, where your quality assurance cell also comes into picture. So this gives you ongoing feedback about whether that training or teaching which is required is happening at a true spirit where students are really understanding it. So that is why committee will focus on how do you plan it, whether you make it available at the beginning of the semester, at the beginning of the year, and when you implement it, what is the frequency and all, and how you analyze the outcome. So that will be the focus. So for the planning phase, you can generate the academic calendar, which also speaks about continuous internal assessment, then different circulars with the schedules for conducting internal assessment, then all other documents pertaining to continuous internal assessment, and the analysis also. The outcome analysis will be also important document here to claim this particular thing. So those 9 parameters will be taken into consideration in teaching, learning, and evaluation program by Maharashtra Institute of Health Sciences. So this is it. Thank you. I'll be happy to have some questions. I'll just go through the chat if there are any questions.
This is Dr. Kinika here from BJ Medical College, Pune.
Yeah.
Dr. Sunil sir.
Yeah.
It was a very good presentation highlighting all the 9 points. I would appreciate if we could identify the recognizing bodies for the awards and recognition of the teachers, because there are many institutes who actually give out these awards and recognitions, which ideally don't mind. You know, some of them are even paid that you have to pay for it.
म्हणजे तिघांना तुम्ही सर्क्युलर पाठवा, पण एचओडी पॅथॉलॉजी टू कोऑर्डिनेट. काय होतं, तुम्ही तिघांना पाठवता, कोऑर्डिनेट कोणी करायचं नाही, मग ती शेवटी येतं माझ्याकडे.
I request all other to just mute their.
फोन करायचा ना, फोन करायचं.
At the coordinator, please mute everyone. Only the person speaking should be left open.
Yes.
इंगळे सर तुम्हाला म्यूट करा सर. इंगळे सर.
येस सर.
म्यूट करा. म्यूट. तुमचा आवाज मध्ये डिस्टर्ब करतो.
Yeah, madam, can you just go ahead with your question?
Yes, sir. My request was, we have this recognition of the teachers and we have awards. So awards, we have got a background for it, and the institutes which give it to, or the government gives. But for recognition nowadays, there are many institutes who actually ask the person to pay an upfront amount and the award is given. So it will be very nice that if we all could get together and identify a few recognizing bodies, only that would be taken into account.
Yeah, I think this is nice suggestion. But one thing I'd like to tell is what we have decided, anything over and above university and state should be taken into consideration, because you know there are certain areas where like how you mentioned, malpractice cannot be stopped at all. But we can always keep a check over it, and we can certainly come out with such bodies. But then it should not be limited to that, because it will do injustice to others if you miss some some bodies which are doing really good and giving recognitions and awards. So that may happen. But of course, a list can be generated to be considered, and the scope may be given to add or increase the list as and when it is required. It's a good suggestion.
So because all this is included in the CAS guidelines.
Exactly.
And they have given that which are the criteria. We can have a criteria. We may not identify the bodies because there are many bodies. Yes. But what should be the institute criteria who is giving you those awards?
So we'll come out of the SOPs with this regard, because this point is taken up for faculty evaluation program as well.
Yes.
So there also we are considering all the awards and recognition. So we'll certainly come out with the SOPs. They'll help the colleges to understand what type of awards and recognition will be considered by the university.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. This is Dr. Vaishali from GMC Satara.
Yeah, please tell.
Sir, can you please provide us some module? Like we have to do like a continuous improvement assessment. If there is any module you can provide directly from MUHS, so there is a uniformity in that area. It is you can provide that, sir.
Yeah, so our like I'll tell you one thing. Like we are planning, like QAC is already established at MUHS, Quality Assurance Cell, and Quality Assurance Cell is planning to do multiple trainings and activities. So where all those things will be taken into consideration, because continuous internal assessment is also part of NAC and other activities. So we'll have a detailed discussion and detailed lectures on that, so that you will understand.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes.
By this time you might have understood that whatever parameters are here, they are considered in other assessments and other areas also. So they'll be linking to each other. So we'll have a detailed discussion on those aspects as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Myself, Dr. Gopal Agrawal from Government Medical College, Nagpur.
Yes.
Sir, since when, from when these changes will be introduced in the form actually, sir?
They are implemented. Okay, I think this you must have received the circular already. University has already issued a circular.
Implemented and the inspections will be carried out from this academic year, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, one more question. You have repeatedly said approved teacher, but sometimes it may happen that teacher is newly appointed and has not been approved. So can it be considered? Can he
Sir,
or she be
for
considered?
government colleges and the corporation colleges, the criteria of approval is not applicable. It is only applicable for the private colleges.
Okay. Yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, good morning. The government and all the government and corporation college, they are already approved by any. So only the matter is only for private medical colleges.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, good morning, Chidme sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Sir, wherever the questions are asked about the total number of students, should we include the interns as well in the reply?
Yeah, so see, wherever the students, I mean, student-related things come, we have mentioned the years. Okay, we have mentioned the years, so you should stick to that. Okay, like even for mentoring and for results and every aspect, we have mentioned the year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, like that.
Okay, so we should not include interns there.
No.
And in the mentor-mentee thing, is it true that only approved teachers should be the mentors?
No, any teacher can be mentor. You're appointing the teacher. Okay, that means he is a teacher. So it need not be approved one, because otherwise you'll be in trouble, getting the teachers and all. But he should be aware about your SOPs of the mentorship, so that all teachers will work on the same platform.
Okay, sir.
Is there any ratio for?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Sir, I'm Dr. Shireen from Yogita Dental College. Sir, we have actually, I'm a NAC coordinator. We have actually applied for NAC. So I have got one query from them that I have given list of 5 years staff, like teachers. So they are telling those people who are like, so we don't know which people are to be counting in that specific year, because all the teachers who were there in the DCI inspection of the specific year, I have put the list of them into the list. But those people, like the clarification which I got, they told me that all the people who have joined after June will not be counted in the specific year. So is there any criteria to, like, which staff, like if my staff is joining January 21, then it should be.
I got your question. I got
Yes,
your
sir.
question. Okay. So at the end of academic year, whoever staff has spent 90% of their time in your institution will be counted.
Hello, Dr. Chitme.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a nice presentation. The number of students in the first year and the final year, that this thing you showed in one slide. So, what do you mean by that? Are you suggesting that the number of students who took exam in the first year and the same batch which took exam in the final year? So, like that, you want to evaluate?
Yes, Dr. Tambe has read.
Sir, can you just repeat the question?
Yes, sir, Dr. Tambe. Dr. Tambe.
Can others please mute themselves?
Please mute the mics, please.
I think in BJ, the team in that room may be having 2 odd numbers, because there are echoes coming. There has to be in one room only one with this, which is functional.
Yeah, I request others to mute yourself. Tambe sir, can you just repeat your question?
See, for example, in the DPT first dose and DPT second dose and the DPT third dose, the dropout rates that we calculate. So out of those students, I mean, out of those beneficiaries who were given the DPT first dose, so like that, are you suggesting that out of those students who got admitted, or out of those students who appeared for the first year examination, out of that batch only, how many passed the final year examination? That you want to calculate?
No, sir. The students who appeared for the examination and the students who passed, the number may vary. number may vary from the number of students who are admitted and who actually appeared for examination. That's why we are specifically mentioning students appeared for that examination and students passed in that examination, that number.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yeah, I mean, let me confirm if Tambe sir is.
No, it's not clear actually. What do you mean? Out of the same students only who appeared for the exam, how many passed?
Yes.
That's what you will be calculating?
Year-wise.
Year-wise.
This is for first year and final year.
Batch.
First year and
what will
final
happen, see, for the final year batch, how many have appeared and how many have passed?
Yes.
How many have appeared? Out of that, some would be fresh, some would be repeaters also.
Let it be, sir. Let it be. Total number of students appeared in that year for the examination.
That's what we have been doing it all these times.
Let it be. So we're just counting for first year and final year, all those things. I mean, there is nothing wrong in counting other students also who are appearing.
Calculate. See how many years they have taken to pass in that institute. In some institute, people will be passing in the prescribed 5.5 years only, or 4.5 years, whatever it is. In some institute, they might be taking 6.5, 7 years, 8 years, like that. So that information is lost in that.
Yeah, I got your concern actually. I mean, I got your concern. But sometimes what happens, we have to be very much focused on certain aspects. Those things were discussed while preparing the program, but then it becomes too much, vast, and it becomes difficult for the assessor also to assess that. That's why we have tried to be focused on certain aspect, and it is better to consider those only.
So that fact that we are assessing every year any person who is appearing, and if say 200 appear, how many passed?
Yeah.
If all 200 passed or 150 passed.
Yeah.
We are not evaluating the batch who joined in 2019 and who is appearing in 2022. Correct?
No,
we are not. It is not a longitudinal assessment of one particular batch.
No.
It is only a cross-sectional one which we are aiming, which we were always doing to calculate.
That's why we have taken two batches, first year and final year, because earlier proposal was only to the final year. But then because the things like this, what you mentioned, to avoid those things, we have taken first year also and final year also. Of that completed academic year, when your inspection is happening, okay, the preceding completed year.
Because the assessment for 1 year, the first year is totally different. When a person comes to the second year, the clinical posting starts, and that is the time when students falter. So the second, third year, where we could take remedial actions for them, especially the attendance, appearing for the attending the the lectures, etc., that goes down in second, third year.
Yeah.
And then
So,
finally,
I got your question. I got your question, but let me tell you, most challenging thing in a health sciences education or institution is to focus on first year students. Because they come from diverse background, they come with different expectations and so on. So how much do we focus on those batches? That is important. And there actually what happens, these special programs and mentor-mentee, all those programs comes into picture over there only. Okay. And that is why, how do you focus with all those aspects on first year, and how do you improve the result? That will speak, because first year result is a major challenge. If you look at the trend analysis, you will see that first year result is a major challenge. And that is why we have to take into consideration first year as well as final year. Because final year will speak about the graduate output. That's why final year is important.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Sushma Sharma from Naimar, Talegaon. We wanted to know if there's an ideal mentor-mentee ratio, and if there is any SOP which will be formed by the MUHS, or we should form our own.
Yeah, so ideal ratio is considered to be 1:10, 10 mentees to 1 mentor. And SOPs, I mean, you can develop based on your requirement, because the students which are admitted in your institution, because we are not aware from which background they are coming and what are their needs and all. But a standard document can be shared by MUHS, because our QAC is in the process of coming out with all those documents. It will be shared for your reference, but you can modify and use it according to your requirements.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Regarding, you said if the academic year for each year will be different and the clinical academic year is different and the clinical material collection, that clinical posting year will be different. It's Jan to December and academic year will be different now from it.
We're not asking about posting over there. We're asking about the OPD and IPD. That's it. It will be as per calendar year, and all other data is as per academic year.
Okay, so all other data will be as per academic year.
Wherever there is a change, we have mentioned it, what we expect.
So is there any particular reason why the OPD is to be calculated for calendar year and all other activities are to be mentioned for the academic year?
Because what we found that in other assessments also, it is taken calendar wise. Whether it is affiliation related thing,
I think all the council, it is counted from the 1st January to 31st December.
Yeah.
That's why we have calculated in that.
Because we don't want you to generate multiple data, for the same reason. We don't want to work for multiple.
For last couple of years, it is, the academic years are varying for first year, second year. So it has become difficult for the colleges to write that.
Yeah, but when you are taking 3-year data, when you are taking 3-year data, you can have average of all those 3 years, year wise. There's no need to deviate from the standard academic year. If you're speaking about 1 year, then you can, take the data of whatever year which was recorded in your institution as academic year.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Dr. Pramod Ingle from Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, Sain, Mumbai. Thank you for a very nice presentation. Thank you, University, for this initiative. I think the problem which I am going to say is common to all the medical colleges. With limited faculty, with CBME, with increased seats in majority of the medical colleges, going into details like you want to have maintaining student-teacher ratio, mentor-mentee ratio, organizing special programs for advanced learners and slow learners. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to put into CBME in toto with such a large group of students and a limited faculty. And there is no scope for these additional activities. No doubt each college is working their best to work on it, but having this as a part of assessment would become a challenge to the colleges. Especially, I think some of the colleges, I being from municipal medical college, I don't think will face it to that extent. But many colleges will face this as a challenge, and it might become a tool I won't want to use the word harass, but a similar subject for certain colleges. So we'll really have to brainstorm on this, whether it has to be a guideline or whether it has to be mandatory or it has to be a preferred requirement.
I think Provici sir will like to answer this.
So basically, the problem with the government and municipal corporation colleges is that the number of teachers are less. As per the new policy, there should be the ratio of the student and teacher should be 1:1 for the medical colleges. But it has been decreased. Now there are new appointments, which I think will solve the problems of all the government colleges.
Sorry, sir, my problem is different. I think in many municipal medical colleges, we really don't have staff deficiency. So we are able to.
I think the timing are of your colleges are up to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but yes.
So that is the problem, no?
We started 8:15, sir.
8:15 to 4, that is, and afterwards, after 4, they can practice privately.
8:15 to 4:30 is a pretty good time for a medical college. And this is not this we have been discussing in BOS meetings also. With CBME, with so much of student-centric learning, it's very difficult for any department. I don't know whether I'm the only one who is raising this concern or others are also facing the same. But this has been discussed time and again in BOS meetings also. It's very difficult. It's difficult to implement CBME. And not only then you say that if the faculty which is given by recommended by NMC is only for MBBS, then with other courses you increase the number of faculty there.
So basically CBME is now that will be implemented from this year. But we have to change and we have to accept this, because once we accept, then only we can implement.
My concern is it should not become a challenge for the colleges to keep on giving the compliance to the university.
Hello.
Once we are deviating from a system, we have, and it's not that we have to understand what would be the challenges, and if those challenges, if we are going to face those challenges, it's better that we have some solution beforehand.
Hello. Sir, can I speak?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. I'm Dr. Boer, the Director of CSM Dental College, Aurangabad. Sir, regarding the previous point, regarding the academic session, as per the NACS guideline latest, the academic session is counted from 1st of June to 31st of May next year. That is the timing of the academic term. And due to this, the COVID-19 pandemic era, the academic year in the year of 2020, it is counted from 1st of June 2020 to December 31st, 2021. So 6 months extension has been given for that academic term, and any kind of achievements and rewards or any awards, if the institute is giving, they can report in both the academic term in 2021 and 21-22 as well. So this is what the latest information from the NAC guidelines. It may be noted. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions specific to today's 9 points?
Good morning, sir. I'm Dr. Deepthi Gattani from Kalmik Dental College, sir. Sir, I just wanted
I think let me clarify previous this thing also. Related to academic year and all those things which NAC is insisting, we'll have a separate NAC session, on that. There I'll tell about everything, about academic year and what all things to be considered. I think this is not the platform where we should discuss all these things. Madam, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask, now NAC has laid down certain benchmarks, right? So in MUHS format, which we are doing right now, like for awards and recognition, if I get 20 awards.
Are we talking about LIC pro forma only?
Okay, sir.
There are many other questions on LIC.
Yes, sir.
NAC will have a separate session. We'll be definitely answering and addressing all the questions over there.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any other question on LIC pro forma?
Sir, I am Dr. Ashutosh Ojha, speaking from MPGI MER, and I have a question particularly related to the LIC. We have got OTD, which is valuable database available to in the university. Whenever I go as a LIC inspector to different colleges, I find the faculty who is shown here is in the OTD of the other medical college. I ask for the relieving letter and I don't get it. Particularly for the government medical colleges, particularly in the preclinical subjects, I always find this deficiency. And this is very, very challenging. Regarding the part 2 of the CBMB curriculum implementation, we had discussed threadbare in the NMC that the amount of faculty required to completely implement CBMB will be 1.2 times at least if we implement that. Because training hours are not increasing. Actually academic hours are not increasing, but amount of self-directed learning and small group teaching has increased 2 times. The actually happening that the exact requirement is that in government medical colleges, when you go for that, it is very, very challenging. The relieving letter is not shown. The faculty is shown who is coming from the other medical colleges. We already shown it to the other colleges.
Yes, sir. Please. Sorry to interrupt. But for LIC assessors and inspectors, there will be a separate physical session. So I think your question can be better addressed in that session. Yeah, it's. I mean, the question is good, really good, but we'll address it in the assessor session, because this is the session for colleges and overall, teachers and all other deans and everyone. So we'll address it over there. Yeah, I think we're done with the questions. Over to the organizers.
तोरणे सर.
Sir, thank you very much for your in-depth presentation, and I must thank you all the participants for a very interactive session. Thank you very much, Dr. Sunil Titme sir. Now I request Control of Examination Dr. Sandeep Kadu sir to kindly speak regarding the infrastructural facilities for establishing Digital Evaluation Center, DEC.
Okay, good morning, all of you. Is my screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. At the onset, I am very thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, Honorable Pro VC sir, Honorable Registrar sir, and my friend Dr. Kavede sir for giving me opportunity to represent about the different requirements from the examination department. Before starting my presentation, I will share some statistics with you regarding the digital evaluation. So under our esteemed leadership of respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, we have visited Rajiv Gandhi University, and from that we have decided that we are going to carry a pilot project on a dental faculty. And I congratulate all the dental dean as well as all the faculty for cooperating us. Now today's the examination has been started from 13 December, and today is the 5th day of the assessment. So in this, now 2,617 papers has been evaluated within 3 days by online, and 2 subjects evaluation has been completed, and 20 centers are now active. They are evaluating the answer sheets, and other subjects are also going on. So within 5 days, almost 2,600 papers has been evaluated by the 2 examiners. That's the speed of the digital evaluation. And the first paper was evaluated at Director Dr. Bhoyer Sir's CSM Dental College, Aurangabad. So I am also thankful to Dr. Bhoyer sir and all the dental deans, dental faculty. With this positive remark, I'll start my this one. Now is the almost is the success, and now we are going to implement it to the all the faculties after our all the authorities' permission. So for that, what is required? What infrastructure? Actually, all medical colleges, dental colleges, all these requirements or all this infrastructure is available. Only important things I'm going to stress or emphasize. First and foremost, that we are creating one post in the examination, that is the examination coordinator for all colleges. He is responsible when the theory is going, then the scanning of the theory papers, then making a proper confidentiality, because after the scanning, that paper also should go to the strong room. All these sensitive and responsible work this examination coordinator will do. After that, the name was CAP, that the Central Assessment. Now it has been changed to the DEC, that is the Digital Evaluation Center. And what are the requirements? These are the requirements, and all these will give or will send to the respective colleges. So after that, important thing is that you are at the college level, the strong dual internet facility should be available. That is the must required for the digital evaluation. And I know that all these things are available to all the medical colleges as well as the dental colleges. So all these information will get shared to you. Next, that for the DEC, that is the Digital Evaluation Center, the 20 computers are required. For that, you have to find out one room for the DEC. I know that all colleges has the computer lab. For this, that computer lab can be converted as a digital evaluation center for 15 to 20 days, And after that, when it gets over, this DEC or all the papers get checked online, then it can be used for a routine purposes. And the most important thing that all for the DAC as well as for the scanning centers, the CCTV installation must be there. And many medical college and dental college now examination is going on. There the live relay is on, and yesterday only we have caught 2-3 unfair means from the university only. And again, that the whole internet service should be there. That are the two important requirements. And one of the senior professor or senior associate professor, you can appoint it as a examination coordinator. So that's the two important things. Next, that academic section requires the all teachers list, and we require all eligible examiners list. So I have purposefully underline the word to word, that is the eligible examiners list, because according to different council or respective councils, rules and regulation are different. As I am from medical, I know that lecturer with 5 years experience can be appointed as an examiner. But the rules and regulation are different for the dental council, as they only allow professor and AP for the UG and only professor for the PG. So according to your rules and regulation, you have to send this eligible examiners list for the UG, because UG within 5 years he is eligible. And important column is that your teaching experience after the passing the PG. That the important column is there. And from that only we can know that 5 years has been completed or not completed. That the important column. So I request all the deans that you please take it as a priority basis and have a look whatever the names as written by the or given by the HODs, are really they have completed their 5 years or not, because after on that sheet your signature is there. Many times we have came even the tutor's name also, because at a university level 50 colleges, medical colleges are there, 29 dental colleges there. So I request all the deans, whenever you are sending the UG list as well as the PG list, please have a look on it, and after the confirmation only that you can send it. So
जे प्रेझेंटेशन आहे ते स्लाइड मध्ये ते दिसत नाही, ते जरा शेअरिंग
फुल स्क्रीन करा, फुल स्क्रीन संदेश सर, फुल स्क्रीन करा. हा, राईट
झाली, म्हणजे वाचता येतील.
झाली. हा,
येस सर, थँक्यू सर.
ओके. Now about the PG course, the rules and regulation that the lecturer with 7 years is also eligible as a PG teacher. For the medical colleges, dental colleges, I said only the professor eligible. According to that, you have to send the list. And as our honorable Pro VC sir has told you that these all LIC duties as well as the examiner's duty are the mandatory to all the teachers. As I know that we are doing the dual duties, that you are the clinicians as well as teachers. So as you are accepted that you are a medical teacher, so you have to do the duties whatever the assigned as a teacher. And one of the important duty is that the examiner. So examination duty like practical examiner, CO, CI, JR, etc. are an integral part of your duties and responsibilities of all MUHS affiliated college. And this sentence must be inculcated or emphasized in all the teachers' mind. So I again repeat that the examination duties are an integral part of our duties and the responsibilities of all MUHS affiliated college teachers. So whenever you are rejecting the duty or whatever the duty assigned by the MUHS, for the first time, if the dean assigned that is for only valid reasons, I have underlined again only for the valid reasons, then and then only it will be get accepted. If the second time, then the warning will be issued initially, then debarment from the university will work for the 1 year for the second time. Third time, withdrawal of a PG teacher recognition. and after that withdrawal of UG as well as the PG teacher. But I know that madam has also said that the cooperation is required from you who are not thrusting all these things on you. We need the cooperation from you, and you all are mature teachers and have done cooperation to the MUHS since last 25 years, and I'm also expecting henceforth also you are going to cooperate us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Control of Examination, Dr. Sandeep Kudu sir, for your presentation. Now I request Finance and Accounts Officer of MUHS, Sri Narari Kalaskar sir, to kindly guide us on the online submission of TADA bills.
नमस्कार. माननीय कुलगुरू डॉक्टर लेफ्टनंट जनरल कानिटकर मॅडम, प्रो वाइस चान्सलर डॉक्टर निकुम सर, रजिस्ट्रार सर, सीओई सर, डीन ऑफ फॅकल्टीज आणि सर्व टीचर्स. महाराष्ट्र आरोग्य विज्ञान विद्यापीठाने मागील 1 ते 1.5 वर्षामध्ये आपल्या विद्यापीठाच्या सर्व ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह जे कार्यप्रणाली आहे ती पेपरलेस करण्याच्या अनुषंगाने सुरुवात केलेली आहे. आणि त्याचाच भाग म्हणून फायनान्स डिपार्टमेंटचं देखील मोठ्या प्रमाणात ऑटोमेशन झालेलं आहे. आणि प्रामुख्याने शिक्षक आणि महाविद्यालयाचा जो ज्या घटकांचा मोठ्या प्रमाणात जो विद्यापीठाच्या विविध कामासाठी, विविध LIC साठी किंवा मीटिंग साठी आपण वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी विद्यापीठाच्या वतीने काम करता, त्यावेळेस आपणाला जो TADA दिला जातो हा अत्यंत महत्त्वाचा विषय असतो. आणि या TADA दिला जाणारा हा आपल्याला वेळेत आणि आपण जिथे वर्किंग आहात तिथूनच आपल्याला तो सबमिट करता आला पाहिजे आणि तिथूनच आपल्याला त्या बिलाचं स्टेटस मिळालं पाहिजे. या दृष्टिकोनातून माननीय कुलगुरूंच्या मार्गदर्शनाखाली आपण ऑनलाईन TADA ही सिस्टीम आपण डेव्हलप केलेली आहे. ही सर्व शिक्षकांसाठी सर्व वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या मीटिंग्स, LIC, क्लायंट स्क्वॉड या सर्व ऍक्टिव्हिटीसाठी आपण हे एक्झिक्यूट करणार आहोत. प्राथमिक परिस्थितीमध्ये आपण कॅप आणि असेसमेंट हे 2 पार्ट सोडून इतर सर्व ऍक्टिव्हिटीसाठी जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन TADA आपण बिल प्रोसेस करणार आहोत. आणि या ऑनलाईन TADAचं ओरिएंटेशन आणि त्याची कशी प्रक्रिया राहणार आहे आणि आपण कसं त्याच्यामध्ये इन्व्हॉल्व होऊ शकता आणि आपण कशी बिल सबमिट करू शकता या अनुषंगाने मी आपल्याला आज थोडक्यात माहिती देणार आहे. बिल ही आपण प्रोसेस सुरुवात केलेली आहे. ऑनलाईन आपण हे पोर्टल जे आहे ते वेबसाईट वरती अपडेट देखील केलेलं आहे. सर्व शिक्षकांना आज बैठकीस उपस्थित असणाऱ्या आणि त्यांच्या माध्यमातून इतर सर्व शिक्षकांना मी विनंती करतो की हे ऑनलाईन TADA बिल प्रोसेस जे आहे ते आपण वापरावं, जेणेकरून आपल्याला सर्व TADA जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन मिळू शकतील आणि फास्ट आणि स्पीडी पेमेंट करण्यासाठी आपल्याला मदत होईल. याच्यामध्ये हा जो आपण QR कोड दिलेला आहे, आपण एक सोपी सिस्टीम ठेवली. आपल्याकडे जरी आपण आपल्या कार्यालयामध्ये हा QR कोड प्रिंट करून जरी आपण ठेवला तरी आपल्याकडे येणारा कोणताही टीचर, मग LICचा असेल किंवा आपले जे काही टीचर आहेत त्यांनी आपल्याकडे बुकमार्क करून जरी ठेवला तरी आपल्याला कुठल्याही वेबसाईटला न जाता या QR कोडच्या माध्यमातून आपण डायरेक्ट ऑनलाईन बिल सबमिशनची देखील कार्यवाही करू शकता. नेक्स्ट. त्यानंतर आपल्या वेबसाईटला muhs.ac.in वर आपण जर गेलात तर आपल्याला फ्रंट पेज वरती ऑनलाईन TADA ऍप्लिकेशन अशा प्रकारचं आपण या ठिकाणी दिलेले आहे सिस्टीम. त्या ठिकाणी क्लिक करून आपण या ठिकाणी जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन TADA बिल सबमिट करू शकता. ऑनलाईन TADA वरती क्लिक केल्यानंतर आपल्याला अशा प्रकारचं जे आहे ते पेज मिळेल. यावरती न्यू TADA क्लिक करून आपण आपली पुढची इन्फॉर्मेशन जी आहे, आपलं नाव, अकाउंट नंबर, ट्रॅव्हलिंग डिटेल्स या सर्व गोष्टी जी आहे ती इन्फॉर्मेशन भरू शकता. या ठिकाणी जर आपण पूर्वी जर TADA भरलेले असतील तर सर्च बटनला क्लिक करून आपण जे भरलेले TADA आहेत त्याचे देखील डिटेल्स आपल्याला या ठिकाणी मिळू शकेल, त्याचं स्टेटस देखील मिळू शकेल. अनेक शिक्षक जे आहेत वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी वर्षभरात गेलेले असतील तर त्यांना 1 एप्रिल ते 31 मार्च पर्यंत आपल्याला किती TADA मिळालेला आहे हे बरेच वेळेस इन्कम टॅक्सच्या अनुषंगाने देखील माहिती लागते. तर ते देखील आपल्याला डाटा विद्यापीठाकडे क्लेम करण्याची गरज नाही किंवा आपल्याला हिशोब ठेवण्याची देखील आवश्यकता नाहीये. सर्च या बटनवरती क्लिक करून आपण त्या फायनान्शियल इयर मध्ये किती प्रकारचे TADA आपण क्लेम केलेले आहेत आणि तुम्हाला किती अमाऊंट आपल्याला त्या अनुषंगाने आपल्या अकाउंटला क्रेडिट झालेली आहे हे सर्व डिटेल्स जे आहे ते आपल्याला या माध्यमातून मिळतील. आपण टीएडी न्यू टीएडी ला क्लेम केल्यानंतर आपण विद्यापीठाच्या विविध कामासाठी आपण वेगवेगळ्या मीटिंगला LIC ला जातात आणि त्यासाठी वेगवेगळे डिपार्टमेंट कडे आपण ते बिल आता ऑफलाईन पद्धतीने फॉरवर्ड करता. आम्ही ती सेम सिस्टीम ठेवलेली आहे. आपण जर LIC च्या कामासाठी गेलेला असाल तर अकॅडमिक सेक्शन, त्यानंतर एक्झामिनेशनच्या कामाला गेला एक्झामिनेशन सेक्शन, त्या पद्धतीनेच आम्ही ओन बेसिसवर त्याच पद्धतीने हा जो आहे तो प्रोग्राम डेव्हलप केलेला आहे. आपण ज्या कामासाठी गेलेले आहात तर ते कामाचं आपण या ठिकाणी क्लिक केल्यानंतर आपल्याला त्या पद्धतीने पुढे इन्फॉर्मेशन सबमिट करता येईल आणि त्या संबंधित विभागामार्फत ते बिल जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन एक्झामिनेशन डिपार्टमेंट मार्फत फायनान्सला देखील प्राप्त होऊ शकेल. त्यानंतर आपण या ठिकाणी जे आहे ही पूर्ण आपल्याला या पद्धतीने इन्फॉर्मेशन आपल्याला ऑनलाईन सबमिट करावं लागेल. फक्त फर्स्ट टाइम जे आहे ते आपल्याला इन्फॉर्मेशन भरावं लागतं. आमच्याकडे जो डाटा आहे तो देखील आम्ही अपडेट केलेला आहे. त्यामुळे आपलं जर यापूर्वीचं असेल आणि आमच्याकडून तो डाटा अपडेट झालेला असेल तर आपलं नाव, आपलं कॉलेज नेम, त्यानंतर आपलं बँक डिटेल्स, या सर्व गोष्टी आपल्याला तिथे मिळतील. त्या प्रथम पाहिल्यानंतर तुम्ही एकदा व्हेरीफाय करून त्याला सबमिट करा, ती आपली प्रोफाईल जनरेट होईल आणि त्यानंतर तुम्हाला कोणत्याही प्रकारचं इन्फॉर्मेशन तुमचं देखील डिटेलमध्ये पाहायची गरज नाही. ज्याप्रमाणे आपण मोबाईल वरती नाव टाकल्यानंतर टाकल्यानंतर सिरियल सुरू होती, तसं आपल्या नावाचे 2 इनिशियल्स टाकल्यानंतर ताबडतोब तुमचे जे आहे ते नाव येतील. त्यातल्या आपल्या नावाला क्लिक केल्यानंतर आपला सर्व जो प्रोफाईल डाटा जो आहे तो लागलीच आपल्याला मिळेल. तो आपण व्हेरीफाय करून त्याप्रमाणे सबमिट करू शकता. या ठिकाणी आपलं व्हेरिफिकेशन करण्यासाठी ईमेल आयडीच्या मार्फत देखील आपण या ठिकाणी जे कन्फर्म करून घेण्यासाठी OTP सिस्टीम डेव्हलप केलेली आहे. आपण डाटा भरल्यानंतर व्हेरीफाय ईमेल आयडी, आपण ईमेल आयडी टाकल्यानंतर आपला ईमेल आयडी व्हेरीफाय होईल आणि त्यासाठी जे आहे ते ईमेल आयडी वरती आपला OTP येईल आणि तो OTP आपण टाकल्यानंतर आपला जो माहिती आहे ती आपली कन्फर्म होईल. त्यानंतर जे मी म्हटलं आपल्याला की आपले या पद्धतीने जे आहे ते नाव येतील. आपल्याला समजा धाबे महेंद्र गजानन, तर यांचा ऑलरेडी डाटा फीड आहे. त्यांनी DS टाकलं की त्यांचं नाव समोर येईल आणि त्यांना क्लिक केल्यानंतर त्यांचं पूर्ण प्रोफाईल त्या ठिकाणी दिसेल आणि आपण फक्त लेटेस्ट जे काही चेंजेस आहेत किंवा आपण जर्नी कोणत्या प्रकारची केलेली असेल ते डिटेल्स टाकून आपण ती आपली माहिती थोडक्यात भरून देखील या ठिकाणी पूर्ण इन्फॉर्मेशन आपण सबमिट करू शकता. हे करत असताना आपल्याला वेगवेगळ्या आपण कॉलेज टीचर असाल, युनिव्हर्सिटी स्टाफ आहे, युनिव्हर्सिटी स्टाफ मध्ये क्लास आहे, या सर्व प्रकारचं आम्ही या ठिकाणी दिलेलं आहे. आपण ज्या कन्सर्न कॅटेगरीमध्ये येतात त्या ठिकाणी आपण क्लिक करणं अपेक्षित आहे किंवा तुम्ही डिपार्टमेंट, एम्प्लॉईज, पेड टू जनरल या पद्धतीनं आपला जो कन्सर्न कॅटेगरी आहे तो क्लिक करून आपण आपला डाटा भरू शकता. त्यानंतर एम्प्लॉई असतील विद्यापीठाचे तर त्यांना देखील वेगवेगळे आपण डिपार्टमेंट दिलेले आहेत. हे सर्वांसाठीच आहे. हा जो आपण ऑनलाईन TADA ची प्रोसिजर डेव्हलप केलेली आहे की विद्यापीठाच्या कामासाठी जाणारे टीचर्स, कॉलेज स्टाफ, अथॉरिटी मेंबर्स, युनिव्हर्सिटी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मधले एम्प्लॉई या सर्वांसाठी डेव्हलप केलेली आहे. पण टीचर्स हा जो आहे याच्यामधला 90% जो TADA क्लेम करणारा जो पार्ट आहे तो म्हणजे टीचर आहे. त्यामुळे सर्व टीचरनी याच्यामध्ये ऍक्टिव्हली पार्टिसिपेट व्हावं असं या माध्यमातून मी आपल्याला विनंती करू शकतो. हे भरत असताना तुम्ही या ठिकाणी आपलं कोणत्या डिपार्टमेंट मार्फत आपली झाली असेल ते भरणं अपेक्षित आहे. त्यानंतर ज्या डिपार्टमेंटने आपल्याला कारण LIC ला समजा अपॉइंटमेंट दिलेली असेल तर LIC चं आपल्याला लेटर असतं, तर ते लेटर जे आहे ते आउटवर्ड नंबर फक्त आपल्याला टाकायचं, पूर्ण लेटर अपलोड करण्याची आवश्यकता नाहीये. लेटर नंबर टाकावा आणि जी जर्नी आहे ती कोणत्या कारणासाठी करतोय, फॉर LIC पर्पज, फॉर मीटिंग ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट काउन्सिल, फॉर मीटिंग ऑफ BOS किंवा इतर जे काही असेल 31-5 कमिटी, हे आपण रिझनिंग मेन्शन करून जे आहे ते आपण इन्फॉर्मेशन भरावं असं या ठिकाणी अपेक्षित आहे. हे पूर्ण इन्फॉर्मेशन भरल्यानंतर आपले जे काही डॉक्युमेंट्स असतील, उदाहरणार्थ आपल्याला टोल टॅक्स आहे तो आपल्याला क्लेम करायचा आहे किंवा इतर काही आपण एखादा ट्रॅव्हलिंगचे एक्सपेंडिचर आहे, आपण ट्रॅव्हल केलेलं आहे टॅक्सीच्या मार्फत, टॅक्सीचं बिल आहे किंवा जे कोणतं समजा आपल्याला 4 व्हीलर ऍडमिसिबल असेल तर अशा 4 व्हीलरचं प्रोफार्मा आहे. अशा प्रकारचे जे डॉक्युमेंट आहेत हे तुम्ही भरून त्या ठिकाणी जे आहे ते अपलोड करणं अपेक्षित आहे आणि हे अपलोड केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला हार्ड कॉपी कसल्याही प्रकारची पाठवायची गरज नाही. या ऑनलाईन TADA मध्ये LIC ला कोल्हापूरचा व्यक्ती सोलापूरला जाऊन येतो किंवा मुंबईचा व्यक्ती नागपूरला जाऊन येतो, अशा वेळेस त्यांना विद्यापीठात येण्याची आवश्यकता नाही, पोस्टाने बिल पाठवण्याची गरज नाही, कोणत्याही प्रकारचे डॉक्युमेंट त्यांनी ऑफलाईन सबमिट करण्याची आवश्यकता नाही किंवा तयार करण्याची आवश्यकता नाही. त्यांनी हे सर्व बिल ऑनलाईन त्यांनी आपल्या विद्यापीठाच्या या पोर्टलवरती अपलोड केल्यानंतर त्यांना त्याप्रमाणे पूर्ण प्रोसेस पुढे होऊन त्यांचं TADA जे आहे ते त्यांच्या बँक अकाउंटला ट्रान्सफर होईल. हे सर्व केल्यानंतर ऑथेंटिकेशन साठी या ठिकाणी सिग्नेचर पण आपण या ठिकाणी ठेवलेली आहे. आपण डिजिटल सिग्नेचर करू शकता. आपण जर iPad वरती किंवा टॅब वरतून जर आपण हे भरलेलं असेल तर तुमच्या टॅब पेन्सिलने किंवा आय पेन्सिलने जे आहे ते आपण सिग्नेचर करू शकता, किंवा तुमच्या PC वर माऊसने देखील सिग्नेचर करू शकता, किंवा ऑनलाईन जर असेल मोबाईलवरून असेल तर टच स्क्रीनवर देखील सिग्नेचर करू शकता. आपण या पद्धतीची फॅसिलिटी या ठिकाणी दिलेली आहे. आणि त्यानंतर या ठिकाणी जे आहे ते तुम्ही सबमिट करणं अपेक्षित आहे. आणि सबमिट केल्यानंतर जे आहे ते संबंधित डिपार्टमेंटला ज्या पद्धतीने आज मितीला तुम्ही तुमचं बिल जे आहे ते एक्झामिनेशनला सबमिट करता, एक्झामिनेशन कंट्रोलर ऑफ एक्झामिनेशन त्याचं ऑथरायझेशन करून फिनान्सला फॉरवर्ड करतात आणि फिनान्स त्याचं असेसमेंट करून पास करून तुमच्या अकाउंटला बिल पाठवतात. हीच प्रोसिजर या ऑनलाईन सिस्टीम मध्ये देखील आपण अडॉप्ट केलेली आहे. आपण सर्व डॉक्युमेंट्स अपलोड केल्यानंतर त्यामध्ये मग तिकीट्स असतील, टोल रिसिप्ट असतील, हॉटेल बिल्स असतील किंवा टॅक्सी बिल्स असतील, हे सर्व अपलोड केल्यानंतर आपण सबमिट करावं. सर्वांना एकच विनंती आहे की आपण सबमिट करण्याच्या पूर्वी आपण आवश्यक सर्व डॉक्युमेंट्स अपलोड केलेले आहेत का, आपण आवश्यक आपलं ट्रॅव्हलिंग डिटेल्स, बँक डिटेल्स हे करेक्ट सबमिट केलेले आहेत का, एकदा व्हेरीफाय करावं आणि त्यानंतर सबमिट करावं. कारण एक वेळेस आपण सबमिट केल्यानंतर आपला कसल्याही प्रकारचा डाटा जो आहे तो आपल्याला चेंज करता येणार नाही. आणि त्यामुळे जे आहे ते ह्या पद्धतीने आपण करावं. आपण सबमिट केल्यानंतर ते कन्सर्न डिपार्टमेंटला जाईल. समजा आपल्याला एक्झामिनेशन डिपार्टमेंटने अपॉइंट केलेला असेल तर तो आपण ऑनलाईन सबमिट केलेला फॉर्म एक्झामिनेशनला जाईल. आपल्याला आपण LICच्या कामासाठी गेला असाल तर आपण ऑनलाईन सबमिट केल्यानंतर ते एक्झामिनेशन डिपार्टमेंटला जाईल. एक्झामिनेशन अकॅडमिक डिपार्टमेंटला जाईल. अकॅडमिक हेड जे आहे ते आपण केलेली जर्नी, आपला टायमिंग, आपली अपॉइंटमेंट या सर्व बाबी व्हेरीफाय करून ते फायनान्सला पाठवतील आणि फायनान्स त्यानंतर प्रोसेस करून ते आपण दिलेल्या अकाउंट नंबरवरती आपले पैसे ट्रान्सफर करतील. तर हे डिटेल्स भरल्यानंतर आपल्याला या ठिकाणी आपल्या बिलाचे स्टेटस या ठिकाणी पाहायला मिळेल आणि त्याप्रमाणे आपलं आपण बँक डिटेल्स काय दिलेले आहेत, आपलं टोटल अमाऊंट किती आहे, DA कॅल्क्युलेशन किती आहे हे आपल्याला या पद्धतीने मिळेल. आणि त्यानंतर आपल्याला सर्च बटन माध्यमातून देखील आपल्याला हिस्ट्री ऑफ युअर बिल्स आणि आपलं स्टेटस ऑफ बिल या सर्व गोष्टी देखील आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतील. आपण ही ऑनलाईन TADA सिस्टीम जी आहे ते जस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस केलेली आहे. आपण याची स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपण याच्यामध्ये फंक्शनिंग करणार आहोत. फर्स्ट स्टेप मध्ये सर्व क्लेमंटनी ऑनलाईन बिल सबमिट करावं आणि कन्सर्न डिपार्टमेंट उदाहरण अकॅडमिक किंवा एक्झाम त्याची प्रिंटआउट काढून आमच्याकडे पाठवेल. एकदा सर्वांचा डाटा परफेक्ट झाल्यानंतर आणि फॅमिलियर झाल्यानंतर सर्व टीचर्स आम्ही अकॅडमिक सेशन किंवा एक्झामिनेशन डिपार्टमेंटच्या लेवलचे पण प्रिंटिंग बंद करून ते डायरेक्ट ऑनलाईन फायनान्स डिपार्टमेंटकडे पाठवतील आणि फायनान्स डिपार्टमेंट त्याच्यावर वर्किंग करेल. आणि नेक्स्ट स्टेज मध्ये जे आहे ते पूर्ण प्रोसेस जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन होईल आणि कसल्याही प्रकारचे टाइम न वेळ जाता LIC सबमिट केल्यानंतर LIC जर व्हेरिफिकेशन आपण केलं तर त्याच्या दुसऱ्या दिवशी आपल्या अकाउंटला बिल पेमेंट होईल. यासाठी आम्ही एफर्ट्स घेणार आहोत. या पद्धतीने जे आहे ते आपण हे सर्व वर्किंग करत आहोत सर. आपल्याला पूर्ण आपली लिस्ट पण या ठिकाणी पाहायला मिळेल. आणि काही जर आपल्याला या सिस्टीमच्या अनुषंगाने काही प्रश्न असतील, क्वेरी असतील तर या ठिकाणी सपोर्ट युनिसूट म्हणून या ठिकाणी जे आहे ईमेल ID दिलेला आहे MUHS_support@unisut.in. त्यांनी हा डेव्हलप केलेला आहे. तर त्या सूचनानुसार याच्यामध्ये अमेंड देखील केल्या जातील अथवा आपण accounts@muhs.ac.in वरती सूचना देखील करू शकाल. फंक्शनिंग करताना आम्ही मॅक्झिमम परफेक्ट करण्याचा प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. पण निश्चितपणे ज्यावेळेस हे वर्किंग होईल त्यानंतर अनेक शिक्षकांच्या, क्लेमंट्सच्या, महाविद्यालयांच्या त्याच्यामध्ये सूचना असतील त्याप्रमाणे आम्ही निश्चितपणे त्याच्यामध्ये बदल करू. तर सर्वांना विनंती आहे या माध्यमातून की हा जो TADA आपण ऑनलाईन सिस्टीम जी डेव्हलप केलेली आहे ते फास्ट आणि स्पीडी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशनच्या दृष्टिकोनातून माननीय कुलगुरूंच्या मार्गदर्शनाखाली आपण केलेली आहे आणि सर्व शिक्षकांना त्यांनी जो विद्यापीठासाठी जो ट्रॅव्हलिंग केलेला आहे त्याचं इमिडिएट त्यांना रिएम्बर्समेंट व्हावी या हेतूने केलेलं आहे. तर सर्वांना विनंती आहे की सर्वांनी आपण हा ऑनलाईन TADA प्रोग्राम वापरावा आणि इथून पुढे सर्वांनी कृपया ऑनलाईन TADA सबमिट करावे जेणेकरून ही सिस्टीम पण डेव्हलप होईल आणि आपले TADA देखील फास्ट आपल्याला मिळतील. थँक्यू. स्वप्नील.
धन्यवाद सर. कळसकर सरांनी या संपूर्ण प्रक्रियेमध्ये विद्यापीठाने जे नवीन फायनान्सचे जे सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलप केलेले आहे त्याच्याबद्दल आपल्याला सादरीकरणाद्वारे पूर्ण माहिती दिलेली आहे. त्याचा आपण सर्वांनी यथायोग्य उपयोग करावा अशी आपल्या सर्वांना विनंती आहे. कावेडी सर, मला असं वाटतं की या ठिकाणी आपल्याला एक लंच ब्रेक आहे आणि त्यानंतर मग आपले पुढचे सेशन्स आपल्या फॅकल्टीचे डीन आपापल्या संलग्नित महाविद्यालयाच्या डीन्स बरोबर कंडक्ट करणार आहेत.
सर एक क्वेश्चन होता. हॅलो.
बोला सर.
हा सर, ह्या सगळे जे आपण नवीन डेव्हलपमेंट करतो आहोत सर,
बोला ना
त्यासाठी काय हा तर ह्या नवीन जे आय एम डॉक्टर मुगरेकर फ्रॉम SRTR मेडिकल कॉलेज अंबेजोगाई.
येस सर.
I must congratulate university for taking such good steps so that teachers will be benefited from this. फक्त मला एक विनंती करायची होती सर की आपण ह्या सगळ्या ज्या वेबसाईट वेगवेगळ्या तयार करत आहोत तर आपली जी ओरिजिनल वेबसाईट आहे त्याच्यावर याचे जर आपण युजफुल लिंक खाली जर दिलं तर ते आपल्याला शोधायला किंवा तिथे पोहोचायला सोपं पडेल.
दिलेले आहे सर. आपले जे ओरिजिनल वेबसाईट आहे MUHS.ac.in त्याच्यावरती ऑनलाईन TADA अशी आपण स्पष्ट लिंक दिलेली आहे सर. तिथून आपण क्लिक करून जॉईन होऊ शकतो.
अच्छा, नॉट ओनली याच्यासाठी नाही सर, जेवढे काय आपण याच्यानंतर करू त्याच्यासाठी सुद्धा मला वाटतं की असं केलं तर सोपं पडेल मग ते सगळ्यांना.
येस सर, डेफिनेटली. येस सर.
थँक्यू.
हॅलो. गुड मॉर्निंग सर. कळसकर सर.
हॅलो.
कळसकर सर.
हो सर.
डॉक्टर गिरी बोलतोय.
येस सर.
हा सर, मला विचारायचं होतं की समजा आता एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर येतात बाहेरच्या स्टेट मधनं, बरोबर आहे?
हो.
मग त्यांना जेव्हा आम्ही TADA किंवा हे देतो तेव्हा त्यांना पण असं भरायला सांगायचं का?
नाही सर, नाही. तेच मी सुरुवातीला अगोदरच क्लिअर केलेलं आहे. प्रॅक्टिकल थिअरी एक्झामिनेशन आणि कॅप याला आणखी आपण ही फॅसिलिटी देत नाहीये. फक्त LIC आणि असं करतो कारण त्याची जी आहे हे युनिव्हर्सिटी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन थ्रू रन होतं.
ओके.
त्यासाठी जे आहे ते कॅप स्वतंत्र आहे. पण आपल्याला पुढच्या स्टेजमध्ये हे एकदा आपण याला फॅमिलियर झालो आणि ही सिस्टीम आपली डेव्हलप झाली की ते पण आपण याच्यामध्ये इन्कॉर्पोरेट करणार आहोत सर.
ओके. थँक्यू कला सर. थँक्यू.
हॅलो. हॅलो.
बोला.
हॅलो.
येस सर.
हॅलो सर. माझा प्रश्न COE सरांसाठी होता, एक विचारू का?
COE सर आहेत का? COE सर डॉक्टर कडू सर.
कालस्कर. हॅलो.
हा बोला ना सर. माझे फायनान्सच्या अनुषंगाने ऑनलाईन TADAच्या अनुषंगाने काही विषय असेल तर कृपया
नाही, COE सरांसाठी विचारायचं
डॉक्टर
होतं.
विनय गोयल from I did one advanced course in research methodology by MUHS. It was in March. So it was like, but I did not ever receive the receipt. When I called MUHS, they said we don't receive the receipt. So I didn't understand, but why shouldn't we get the receipt for the transaction done? Because it has to be reimbursed by my college.
ठीक आहे सर, मी पाहतो. तुमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये SMS करा. मी डिटेल्स पाहून तुमची रिसिप्ट पाठवली असेल तर त्याप्रमाणे कळेल सर. येस.
हॅलो.
हा बोला ना सर.
सर, तुम्ही आता दाखवलेल्या पहिल्या 2 स्लाइड परत दाखवू शकाल का?
हो. येस सर.
हॅलो.
हा QR कोड आहे सर. हा QR कोड आपण डेव्हलप केलेला आहे या ऑनलाईन TADA बिल प्रोसेसिंग साठी. आणि हा QR कोड आपल्याकडे आपण प्रिंट करून पण ठेवू शकता किंवा आपला बुकमार्क करून ठेवू शकता. म्हणजे आपल्याला कुठल्याही वेबसाईटला, विद्यापीठाच्या वेबसाईटला देखील, विद्यापीठाच्या वेबसाईट वरती ऑनलाईन TADA याच्यावरती क्लिक करून देखील आपण या प्रोसेसमध्ये एंटर करू शकता, आपला टीएडीए सबमिट करू शकता. पण आपल्याला वेबसाईटला पण जाण्याची गरज नाही, इतकं रेडीली आपण दिलेलं आहे या ठिकाणी QR कोडच्या माध्यमातून. आणि या ठिकाणी आपण ऑनलाईन टीएडीए ऍप्लिकेशन ही देखील आपण लिंक दिलेली आहे. या ठिकाणी क्लिक करून देखील आपण ऑनलाईन टीएडीए बिल सबमिट करू शकता सर.
कळत का सर? एक मिनिट.
हो.
डॉक्टर मनोज बोलतोय, अकोला.
बोला ना.
सर, या आधीचे जे इन्स्पेक्शन झाले लास्ट इयरला,
हो.
तर त्याचे जे टीएडीए आहेत तर ते
हो.
अजूनपर्यंत सर क्लिअर नाही झाले, तर त्या संबंधी मग ते ऑफलाईनच प्रोसेस राहील ना सर त्या संबंधी?
हा, पूर्वीचे जे आहे ते 100% ऑफलाईन आहे आणि पूर्ण टीएडीए आमच्याकडे जेवढे आलेले आहेत तेवढे 100% पेड झालेले आहेत. तुमचे जर पर्सनल जे आहे ते डिटेल्स आपण ज्या कामासाठी गेला होता अकॅडमिकचा असेल तर डॉक्टर कावडे सरांना SMS करा किंवा मला पण डायरेक्ट SMS तुमचा जरी केला तरी मी तुम्हाला डिटेल अपडेट करेल लागले सर, स्टेटस केव्हा क्रेडिट झाले किंवा काय बिलाचं स्टेटस आहे.
ओके सर, ओके.
सर, डॉक्टर अंबाडे बोलताय सर, GMC गोंदिया.
हा, बोला ना सर.
सर, जे आता ऑनलाईन सबमिशन हे करायचं आहे टीएडीए. नाव सपोज आय एम गोइंग फॉर फ्लाइंग स्क्वॉड. नाव देअर आर 2 पार्ट्स, वन इज टीएडीए अँड द अदर वन इज रेम्युनरेशन. तर टीएडीए फक्त ऑनलाईन सबमिट करायचं आणि रेम्युनरेशनचं काय?
TADA. This is for only TADA. There is no remuneration system is developing this. ही प्रणाली जी आहे, ही सिस्टीम जी आहे ती TADA साठीच आहे. येस स्वप्नील.
येस सर, बहुतेकांच्या सगळ्या क्युरीज आणि प्रश्न इथे रिझॉल्व्ह झालेत असं दिसत आहे.
क्वेश्चन सर.
सर, एक प्रश्न होता. साठे बोलते मी. सर, ऍक्च्युली तुम्ही LIC इन्स्पेक्शन साठी फक्त TADA देता, रेम्युनरेशन नसतं का काही?
नाही, रेम्युनरेशन नसतं मॅम, ओनली TADAच असतो.
अच्छा, ओनली TADA असतो LIC साठी. अच्छा, आय वॉज नॉट अवेअर, कारण ते क्लिअर कट केलेलं नाहीये कुठं.
हा, नाही, TADAच असतो. आणि या ठिकाणी मी आपल्याला सर्वांना या माध्यमातून सर्वांना अपडेट करू इच्छितो की आपण आता TADAचे बिल देखील रेट देखील रिवाइज केलेले आहेत. त्यानुसार इरिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ मोड ऑफ जर्नी आपण आता सर्व शिक्षकांना 7.5 रुपये पर किलोमीटर या दराने आपण ट्रॅव्हलिंग अलाउन्स देतो आणि DA जो आहे तो 600 रुपये पर डे देतो.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, डॉक्टर
5 रुपये होता आणि 100 रुपये होता. हा, बोला ना सर.
सर, एक प्रश्न मला पण आहे सर.
रेट्स कधीपासून रिवाइज झाले आहेत ते विचारा.
हॅलो.
हा सर.
हा, माझा आवाज येतोय सर?
हॅलो.
येतोय, अगदी स्पष्ट येतोय.
हा, तुम्ही जे आता सर जे रिवाइज रेट सांगितले त्याप्रमाणे कुठलीच व्हेकल सिंगल टीचरला अवेलेबल होऊ शकत नाही सर. तर मग अशा वेळेस कसं LIC इन्स्पेक्शन कंडक्ट करायचं?
मी दोन टीचर जरी एकत्र गेले तरी आपण त्यांना 4 व्हीलर अलाव करतो सर.
हा सर, मग 4 व्हीलर या रेट मध्ये येत नाही ना सर?
कोणत्या
7.5 रुपये तुम्ही जे सांगितले?
7.5 आपण 7.5 रुपये तुम्ही रेल्वेने गेलात किंवा कोणत्याही मोड ऑफ जर्नीने गेलात तरी 7.5 रुपये आहे. आणि जर
तसं नाहीये सर, आता तुम्ही एक्सपेक्ट करता की आम्ही पुण्याला नाशिकहून जावं आणि सकाळी लवकर व्हेकल घेऊन जावं, कारण आम्हाला आदल्या दिवशी कळवण्यात येतं की इट्स सपोज टू बी सरप्राईज इन्स्पेक्शन, बरोबर?
त्यासाठी आपल्याला बोलतो मॅम,
इट इज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट सर. पीपल आर कमिंग फ्रॉम डिफरंट प्लेसेस. somebody comes from सटाणा, सकाळी निघायचं, एक व्हेकल घेऊन जाता येणं अवघड आहे. बिकॉज दे कम टू नो द टीम मेंबर्स ऍट अ लास्ट स्टेज. आणि मग आपण इंडिव्हिज्युअल व्हेकल घेऊन गेलो तर 7.5 रुपयांनी तर कोणीच म्हणजे देत नाही सर. इट इज व्हेरी, आम्ही स्वतःच्या पॉकेट मधून स्पेंड करून तुम्ही दिवस पूर्ण जाता आणि DA पण इतका कमी सर, इट डझंट वर्क. मला म्हणजे मी सगळ्यांतर्फेच बोलतीये.
बरोबर आहे.
DA आपण 600 रुपये आपण पर डे केलेला आहे मॅम. पर डे 600 रुपीज. मला वाटतं की आपल्या गव्हर्नमेंट पेक्षा आपला जवळपास 5 टाइम्स जास्त आहे आणि 600 रुपये पर डे आपण त्याच्यामध्ये विचार पण केलेला आहे त्या अनुषंगाने. आणि ट्रॅव्हलिंगच्या बाबतीत जर तुम्हाला काही इमर्जन्सी जावं लागत असेल किंवा इमर्जन्सी ऑर्डर असेल तर आपल्यामध्ये त्यामध्ये तुम्ही कन्सर्न HOD ला बोलून त्यांच्याकडे रिक्वेस्ट करून की आम्हाला 4 व्हीलर परमिसिबल करा असं जर त्यांनी जर ऍप्लिकेशन केलं किंवा मेल केला तर त्या धर्तीवर त्यांनी तुम्हाला परमिशन देण्याबाबतचा निर्णय घेऊ शकतात सर, माननीय कुलगुरूंच्या मान्यतेत.
तर हे वर्कआउट
आपण रेम्युनरेशन अजिबातच नाहीये, ओनली TADA फॉर LIC.
LIC ला रेम्युनरेशन नाही आणि नसतं.
नाही. ओके सर.
थँक्यू.
पण सर हे वर्कआउट होत नाही, इंडिव्हिज्युअल टीचरला इंडिव्हिज्युअल व्हेकल मिळत नाही आणि त्यामुळे मग असं 11th आवरला ऑर्डर आली तर इट विल बी रिअली व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट.
नाही नाही 11th हो मान्य आहे ना सर तुमचा मुद्दा 100%. 11th आवरला जर मान्यता म्हणजे आपल्याला जर ऑर्डर आली तर ऑर्डर देणाऱ्या कन्सर्न विभागाला
माहिती जायचं.
मी बोलू का 1 मिनिट सर? आपली क्वेरी मला लक्षात आलेली आहे की आपल्याला अचानक ऑर्डर येते आणि त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला रिझर्वेशन मिळू शकत नाही किंवा तुम्हाला 4 व्हीलरने जाण्याशिवाय पर्याय राहत नाही. बरोबर आहे. तर अशा परिस्थितीमध्ये काय करायचं त्यावेळेस तर त्यावेळेस काय अशी इमर्जन्सी सिच्युएशन क्रिएट झालेली असेल आणि आपल्याला 11th आवरला जर आपण जाऊ इच्छित असाल आपल्याला रिझर्वेशन मिळत नसेल तर अशा परिस्थितीमध्ये जो ऑर्डर इश्यू करणारा जो डिपार्टमेंट आहे त्यांच्याशी तुम्ही कम्युनिकेशन करणं अपेक्षित आहे. म्हणजे अकॅडमिक डिपार्टमेंट असेल, एक्झामिनेशन असेल, ज्यांनी कोणाला तुम्हाला अपॉइंटमेंट ऑर्डर दिलेली आहे कृपया त्यांच्याशी संपर्क साधून वस्तुस्थिती त्यांच्या निदर्शनास आणून तुम्हाला जर 4 व्हीलरनं मला गेलं तर मी जाऊ शकतो, कृपया 4 व्हीलर अलाव करावी असं तुम्ही त्यांना जर ईमेल केला तर ते माननीय कुलगुरूंच्या मान्यतेने जो काही निर्णय असेल तो आपल्याला कम्युनिकेट करतील सर. त्या बाबतीत निर्णय घेतला जाऊ शकतो.
हॅलो सर.
सर थोडस सर या
सर ऐकता का? हॅलो
सर रिक्वेस्ट अशी आहे जर विद्यापीठ जर इमर्जन्सी अपॉइंटमेंट करतं तर मग विद्यापीठ इमर्जन्सी अपॉइंटमेंट मध्येच हे लाईन का नाही टाकत?
नाही देऊ शकत सर. जे रूल पोझिशन आहे त्याप्रमाणे आपण नियमन करू शकतो आणि तो मेरिट वरती निर्णय घेतला जात असतो.
हॅलो सर.
हो
सर ऐका ना माझी एक विनंती आहे.
हो सर.
तुम्ही टीए देण्याच्या ऐवजी व्हेकल प्रोव्हाइड करा ना. जसं एनएमसी अरेंज करतं इन्स्पेक्टर साठी तसं तुम्ही त्या ठिकाणावर व्हेकल अरेंज करा. आम्हाला टीए नको तुमचा.
हा ना ठीक आहे ना विचार करू त्याच्यावर
करता येईल सर.
ओके यस यस निश्चित चांगली सूचना आहे.
सर हे रिवाइज एक विचारायचं होतं की हे जे रिवाइज रेट्स तुम्ही म्हणालात की आता टीए चे रिवाइज केले आहेत ते कधीपासून रिवाइज झाले? म्हणजे तुम्ही म्हणाला 7.5 रुपये पर किलोमीटर देणार आहे. पहिल्यांदा आय थिंक 3.5 रुपये होते.
5.5 रुपये होते त्याच्याऐवजी आपण केले ते आपण 1 मे पासून ऍप्लिकेबल केलेले आहेत सर. आपल्या वेबसाईटला सर्क्युलर पण आहे आणि आपले जे काही आपले टीएडी येतात ते आम्ही त्याच रेटने आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करून देतो सर.
हा कारण मला सांगितलेलं की 3.5 रुपये पर किलोमीटरने आहे.
नाही 3.5 नव्हतं सर आपल्याकडे केव्हाच.
कारण मी आता इन्स्पेक्शनला गेलेलो जून मध्ये तर अजून मला
चुकीचं आहे ते चुकीचे आपल्याकडे कोणी माहिती दिलेली आहे कारण वेबसाईटला सर्क्युलर 3.5 रुपये पण नव्हतं. आपण जे रिवाइज केलेलं आहे ते पण 5 रुपयावरतून 7.5 रुपये केलेलं आहे सर. त्यामुळे 3.5 रुपये असं नाही आणि नव्हतं पण.
ओके सर आणि एक क्वेरी एक्झामिनेशन बाबत होती ती विचारायचं होतं. सर काय होतं की बऱ्याच वेळेला काय होतं की म्हणजे माझ्यावर 2 वेळा झालाय की सपोज मला माझ्या कॉलेजमध्ये ऍज अ इंटरनल एक्झामिनर आहे 4 दिवस एक्झामिनेशन आहे आणि मला सेम डेटला जीडीसीला वगैरे एक्झामिनेशनचा कॉल येतो तर तो रिजेक्ट करावा लागतो मग. आणि हे एकदा नाही 2दा झालंय. इव्हन माझ्याकडे जे एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनेटर आलेले त्यांच्या बाबत पण हेच झालंय. आमच्या एकाच वेळेला असं 5 एक्झामिनरवर झालेलं की त्याच दिवशी कॉलेजमध्ये ते इंटरनल एक्झामिनर आहेत आणि त्याच दिवशी सेम टाइमला ते दुसरीकडे एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर पण त्यांची अपॉइंटमेंट झालेली आहे. तर म्हणजे हे म्हणजे काय सॉफ्टवेअर ऑटोमॅटिक चूज करताय की म्हणजे हा एरर येतोय का? म्हणजे बऱ्याच वेळेला असं कॉमन होतंय.
हा परत सर तुमचा क्वेश्चन कळालाय. अशा पद्धतीचे आम्हाला अजून पण तक्रारी आलेल्या आहेत. आम्ही आमच्या सॉफ्टवेअर मध्ये तसं आता हे केलेलं आहे की जर असं 2 झालं तर ते सॉफ्टवेअर आम्हाला सांगेल आणि एक अपॉइंटमेंट डिलीट केली जाईल.
करेक्ट सर. थँक्यू
सर रिलेटेड टू अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ एक्झामिनर मध्ये जसं आता डॉक्टर परागने सांगितलं तसं एकाच वेळी 2 अपॉइंटमेंट दिल्या जातात किंवा काही वेळेला असं होतं की वारंवार त्याच एक्झामिनरची अपॉइंटमेंट निघते. ज्या वेळेला एलिजिबल टीचर 16-15 असतात तर पहिल्या 3 किंवा 4 जणांनाच कायम अपॉइंटमेंट येते. तर त्याबद्दल पण सर जरा बघणं गरजेचं आहे.
हा गॉट युअर पॉइंट सर. त्याच्यावर पण आता आपण काम चालू आहे. ऍक्च्युअली एक्झामिनर अपॉइंटमेंट ही 31/5 नावाची कमिटी केली जाते. त्यामध्ये बीओएस मेंबर्स असतात आणि आता प्रत्येक बीओएस मेंबरला आम्ही पर्सनली ऍज पर इन्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ आवर ऑनरेबल व्हाईस चान्सलर मॅम प्रो व्हीसी सर आम्ही रिक्वेस्ट केलेली आहे की फक्त एका एक्झामिनरला 3 अपॉइंटमेंट 1 इंटरनल आणि 2 एक्सटर्नल अशा अपॉइंटमेंट आपण त्यांना सांगितले. एवढे एका एक्झामिनरला फक्त 3 अपॉइंटमेंट आणि रिपिटेशन. मागच्या वेळेस समजा एचओडी चेअरमन असतात तर नेक्स्ट प्रोफेसर विल बी द चेअरमन. लाईक दॅट वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दॅट अँड यू विल सी द चेंजेस.
थँक्यू सर.
बाहेरचे इंटरनल असेसमेंट त्यासाठी मी आता चॅट हे चालू करतो पण ते गेलं मध्ये संपलं. आता येईल.
स्वप्नील.
हॅलो
तर प्रश्नोत्तराचा तास आता संपन्न झालेला आहे. बहुतेकांची सगळी क्युरीज रिझॉल्व्ह झालेल्या आहे. मला असं वाटतं की आपण आता एक ब्रेक घ्यावा आणि पुढच्या सेशनला जॉईन व्हावं. तोपर्यंत
हॅलो
इथे
वन मोर क्वेरी. हॅलो
क्युरीज सुरू आहे.
एक क्वेरी आहे सर.
आता ही शेवटची क्युरीज आपण घेऊन आणि आणखीन जर कोणाला क्युरी असेल तर त्यांनी मेसेज करून द्यावा किंवा सरांना ईमेल केलं तरी सर ते रिझॉल्व्ह करून
बरं. हा सर. काय होतंय जे सोडून गेले आहेत त्यांचे पण इंटरनल म्हणून अपॉइंटमेंट येते. कॉलेज मधून सोडून गेलेले 2-2 वर्ष सोडून गेले तरी सुद्धा त्यांची इंटरनल म्हणून अपॉइंटमेंट येते, तेव्हा काय करायचं?
हा सर, आता ऍक्च्युली ही जबाबदारी मी जसं तुम्हाला म्हटलं की ही जबाबदारी आम्हाला जी लिस्ट येते ती कॉलेजकडनं येते. कॉलेजने जर अपडेटेड लिस्ट दिली तर ते आता आपण ह्या वर्षी ते राबवलेलं आहे, अपडेटेड लिस्ट घेतलेली आहे. आणि आता इथून पुढे जर असं झालं तर मला नक्की कळवा. आय एम अवेलेबल 24/7. आपण त्याप्रमाणे.
हॅलो लास्ट क्वेश्चन. हॅलो प्लीज. हॅलो
विचारा सर.
डॉक्टर काळे बोलतोय, डीन बीजीएमसी पुणे.
बोला सर.
बोला सर.
आपला एमएमसी प्रमाणे जे एक्झामिनर येतात त्यांच्यासाठी व्हेकल आणि हॉटेल हे जर आपल्या विद्यापीठामार्फतच जर पुरवलं गेलं तर जो आमचे जे कन्व्हेनर असतात त्यांचा बराचसा हेडेक आहे ना, कारण ते एक्झामिनेशन वरती कॉन्सन्ट्रेट व्हायच्या
उत्तर देते.
याचा थोडा विचार व्हावा.
काळे साहेब, मी उत्तर देते. टीएडीए हे एक्झामिनरला त्याच्यासाठी दिलं जातं, पण कॉलेजेस आणि एक्सपेक्टेशन अशी झालेली आहे की टीएडीए मी माझ्या खिशात घालणार आणि कॉलेजनी सगळं फुकटात करून द्या.
फार कमी आहे मॅडम.
टीएडीए इज गिवन फॉर दॅट. लोकल कन्व्हेयन्स अलाउन्स आहे.
कमी येतो, कमी as compared to other universities.
Yeah, but that you take up a point. We can again put जसं टीएचं हे वाढवलं आहे की बेसिक पण सिटी वाईज हे केलेलं आहे. दॅट पॉइंट यू कॅन फॉरवर्ड, वी कॅन लुक इन टू इट. पण युनिव्हर्सिटी can't make arrangements for all examiners for stay and travel.
याच्यामध्ये मी अपडेट करू मॅम. येस
हो करा.
येस. सर्वांना मी या माध्यमातून सांगू इच्छितो की आपण नवीन टीएडीए मध्ये खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणात सुधारणा केलेल्या आहे. इंटरनल एक्झामिनेशनला 7.5 केली तरी एक्सटर्नल जे एक्झामिनर्स आहेत त्यांना आपण 10 रुपये किलोमीटर अलाउ केलेला आहे. आणि आपल्याला जे गव्हर्नमेंट कॉलेजचा जो विषय आहे की येणारे जे एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर्स आहेत त्यांच्या स्टेचा प्रश्न येतो, तर स्टे साठी देखील आपण प्रत्येक सिटीने आहे वेगवेगळ्या हॉटेलमध्ये जर त्यांनी केलं आणि त्याचा जर टॅक्स इनवाइस जर आपण त्यांनी जमा केलं तर त्याचं देखील आपण पेमेंट करायला हरकत नाही आहे. आपण तसं टीएडीए बिल मध्ये रिवाइज केलेलं आहे आणि हॉटेल रेसिडेन्स जो आहे तो ऍडमिसिबल केलेला आहे. फक्त त्याचा टॅक्स इनवाइस जो आहे तो त्यांनी जोडणं अपेक्षित आहे. आणि शहरनिहाय ते किती रुपये त्यांनी दर्जाच्या हॉटेलमध्ये राहू शकतात ते आपण मेन्शन केलेलं आहे.
नाही मॅडम, रिक्वेस्ट एवढी होते की एमएमसी प्रमाणे जे एनएमसी इन्स्पेक्टर येतात तसं जर आपण केलं तर हा प्रश्न जो आहे ना, कारण कन्व्हेनरचा अर्धापेक्षा जास्त वेळ जो आहे.
Doesn't conduct exams. आपल्याकडे with so many faculties, so many, आणि there is no way of counter checking. बोगस बिल मी पाहिलेली आहेत of even authorities sending bogus bills. So we can't start policing. We've made things, we can improve further. तुम्ही suggestions द्या, but we cannot adopt everything as per the NMC. NMC कडे everything is on CCTV and monitored as a complete digital हे पाहिलेलं आहे, which we've not reached that stage yet. अजून माझ्याकडे biometrics सुद्धा colleges have not implemented. So we cannot compare in everything. We will try to improve. We'll take your feedback and what best can be done will be looked into. But otherwise hotel this thing, airfare आपण आता दिलेलं आहे examiners साठी. म्हणजे we have tried to improve based on your problems. So instead of saying we should do it like this university or that, say my problem is this. If that's a common problem, we'll take it up in the management and discuss it and find out a solution.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, madam.
Hello, madam. There is one suggestion. Actually, convener स्वतःच्या खिशातनं पैसे खर्च करतो हॉटेल बुकिंगला आणि ते पैसे जर त्यांना एक्झामिनरच्या खात्यावरती जमा होतात तर त्याची जर बिलं कन्व्हेनरच्या खात्यावरती जर मिळाली तर बरं होईल. नाही तर कॉलेजने हॉटेल बुकिंग करावं मग
Correct.
कॉलेजच्या खात्यात ती बिलं जमा झाली तर बरं होईल.
Yes, yes.
दॅट इज अ व्हेरी गुड सजेशन. कळसकर साहेब हे बघा
चालेल. येस मॅम, येस मॅम.
हा की कन्व्हेनरचं फक्त त्याची
Yes.
कमिंग इन टू द सिटीचं एअरफेअर और दिस शुड बी गिव्हन टू द एक्झामिनर.
Yes,
बाकी त्याचं स्टे अरेंजमेंट आणि याचं चांगलं नाही झालं तर तो कन्व्हेनरच्या कंप्लेंट होईल. इट्स नॉट अवर जॉब.
अत्यंत चांगली सूचना आहे मॅम, कारण
खूप चांगली सूचना आहे.
सूचना आहे, कारण ऍक्च्युअली म्हणजे रेसिडेन्शियल अरेंजमेंट कॉलेज करतं आणि फ्री रेसिडेन्शियल अरेंजमेंट होते आणि पुन्हा अलाउन्स त्यांना मिळतो. असं
आणि
होऊ शकतं.
लोकल कन्व्हेन्स सुद्धा कॉलेजच करतं.
हो.
कोणीही बाहेरनं येऊन टॅक्सी घेत नाही.
Yes.
कॉलेजलाच त्याची लोकल कन्व्हेन्स करावं लागतं. कॉलेजलाच त्याची हॉटेल स्टे अरेंजमेंट करावी लागते.
Yes.
तर तो पैसा आपण कन्व्हेनरच्या हातात देऊया.
ते आपण परमिशन करू मॅम. येस.
हो, हे जे काही देणार, टिप्पणी वगैरे कोणा कुठल्या
हो, हो.
ह्याच्यात
Yes.
अकाउंट्स कमिटी पचेस सगळ्या त्या कमिटीज मधनं काढून घ्या
हो.
आणि ह्याला अप्रुव्हल आपण द्यावं.
डेफिनेटली येस. चांगली सूचना आहे मॅम, आपण एक्झिक्यूट करू लागेल.
छान आली.
येस.
Apart
Thank you
from
so much,
TADA
sir.
methods, good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, madam, apart from TADA, okay, regarding the, actually you said there are many colleges which have not implemented the biometric also. I think the visiting staff is a curse to a particular institute. So what measures can be taken to avoid such, visiting staff? Current upon LIC when we go, so we just see their attendance register. And even I think biometric, there are lot of loose and false na ki I think some attender will register as a biometric and some office staff will register as a biometric of that visiting staff. So ह्याच्यावर काय उपाय करता येईल का की there is a direct face to face biometric every time from the university?
I mean, university can't take a policing role. जेव्हा अपने ही सिक्के खोटे हैं तो कितना चेकिंग कर सकते हैं? We'll have to then we'll say facial recognition. So मग अजून कॉस्ट कॉलेजेसचाच कॉस्ट वाढेल ना. विद्यापीठ नाही सेटल करू शकत. If you are beating the biometric, so मग कसं ते चेक करणं is very difficult. So that is why deans have to be above board and not get under the influence of management and get into this. Problem yetoy karan we as a medical, dental, Ayurved fraternity, we don't stick together. We come under pressures of others. Atta sudha me I can read out the message I've sent to one very senior politician who was telling me ki he amचं झालेलं नाहीये. I'll just tell you. I am sorry, but the institution has both inspections failed. Hospital is not registered. Your OPD, IPD is not functioning. And I have seen the submitted photographs of compliance, which leave much to be desired. We are working hard to try improve quality of education. So please bear with me. This is the message I've sent to a senior politician. So I need people like this to work with me.
Yes, ma'am. So I think DCA has started now the facial recognition biometric.
Yeah, so that will be very good. If it comes through with NMC and even your Ayurved Council and Physiotherapy, सगळ्यांनी जर घातलं, I can implement it. If I implement it single-handedly from my side, colleges will not comply. They'll go to court on it.
Yes, the same report, I think that can be joined in LIC inspection. I think that will be good.
We have said exactly the same. We are moving slowly. If I tried to implement all my thing in the first year, I would have had to close 60% of the colleges. So therefore, we are moving towards capacity building, training you people, hoping to get better integrity and bending it slowly so we don't break the system. So एक वर्षी आपण एक गोष्ट घेतोय. So ती आपण थोडी सगळ्यांनी म्हणजे एक्झामिनर्स असो हे किंवा स्वतःसाठी थोडी इंटेग्रिटीनी काम केल्याशिवाय universities cannot do. And my ears and eyes are the deans and senior faculties, HODs. If you take this up and म्हणतो ना ethics in publication and this thing, finally the onus is your conscience. So I expect my deans to be functioning like that.
Thank you.
Madam, it is regarding biometry. Now, some colleges has got multiple biometry machine, one for NMC, one for college, one for DMER, one for university. Hello.
That's very innovative.
No,
आणि how
there should be only one biometric machine of NMC, and that should be applicable for whatever inspection it should be.
yeah,
Whether
but
it is
why do they put so many biometric machines?
because initially something was put, then the MER will tell कि हमारा अलग सा बिठाओ, फिर NMC will tell अलग सा बिठाओ. So how many times one single person will do the biometric on multiple machines? There should be
No,
only
see,
one.
y'all, once the NMC has, then y'all have put it. When someone else tells you, don't listen to that, no? Say ki we are doing already with one.
Okay, so that NMC biometry is applicable for LIC also.
I mean, if you have a functioning biometric system, which the LIC inspector is happy that it's functioning well and it is not tampered with, I don't think किस company का है और किसने लगाया is not the issue. No, for the university we don't. नहीं तो we will now put one more from the university also. That's not the issue.
I think, ma'am, the best solution for this would be link your biometric with your Aadhaar card, so nobody can forge it.
That needs government permissions because Aadhaar, this thing accessing Aadhaar data, Aadhaar, they do not permit it from the NIC. I've tried to do that. That is why even your UID for identification for health is going to be separate. They are not permitting it to be linked to Aadhaar.
Madam, one question for regarding examination. Now we have started with a theory examination for dental fraternity, and we have practical examination from 2nd of December. But yet not we have not received the practical examiner list, and we have to communicate with the examiner whether they are coming or not coming.
2nd January.
Yes, ma'am. 2nd January examination is there, and today is 22nd December. But
Yeah.
for that, our college.
I asked COE to answer that.
Yes, ma'am. I'll answer. सर, याच्यामध्ये काय आहे की खूप डीन आणि प्रिन्सिपल कडनं मला रिक्वेस्ट आलेली आहे की थोडासा 30 तारखेला शेवटचा 28ला संपतोय आणि तुम्हाला काहीतरी केसेसला वेळ लागतोय, काही केसेस हे करण्यासाठी थोडंसं पोस्टपोन करा म्हणून त्यांची रिक्वेस्ट आलेली, म्हणून आपण एक नवीन डेट्स आणि नवीन त्याच्यावर काम चालू आहे. तर ते तुमच्या रिक्वेस्टमुळेच थोडंसं एक 7 ते 8 दिवस आपण प्रॅक्टिकल एक्झाम पोस्टपोन करतोय. इव्हन डी पळसकर सरांनी पण आपल्याला तसं सांगितलेलं आहे.
सर डेट पोस्टपोन झाला तर चांगलीच गोष्ट आहे, पण आपल्याला अजून एक्झामिनर लिस्टच आलेली नाहीये की जे एलिजिबल कोण एक्झामिनर असणार आहे आपले एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर. जर एक्झामिनरची लिस्ट नसेल तर आपण त्यांच्याशी कसं कम्युनिकेट करणार, त्यांचं वेळेबोट कधी विचारणार. सर प्लॅनिंग साठी वेळ पाहिजे, युनिव्हर्सिटीकडनं प्लॅनिंग साठी बऱ्याचदा वेळ मिळत नाही सर, हा प्रॉब्लेम आहे आमचा.
And I agree with that की थिअरी सुरू झाल्याबरोबर प्रॅक्टिकलचे immediately examiners and dates should be finalized. This should not be kept negotiable आणि आता हे सांगतात मग आता परीक्षा चेंज होतात. Colleges get a lot of problems. So I think we should be very clear and publish them as soon as the theory starts. Practical dates and examiners should be published together.
मॅडम, आणखीन एक म्हणायचं होतं डॉक्टर साठे SMBT की हे एक्झामिनरच्या संदर्भातच एक्झामिनर्सचे डिटेल्स आम्हाला येत नाहीत युनिव्हर्सिटीकडनं, फक्त नावं येतात आणि मोबाईल नंबर येतात, ते पण कधी कधी चुकीचे असतात. दिस टाइम मे बी इट विल बी इम्प्रूव्ड, पण म्हणजे आम्ही त्यांना फोन करून वी लिटरली टेल देम की सर वी डोंट नो टू विच कॉलेज यू बिलॉंग, प्लीज टेल मी, बिकॉज काहीच डिटेल्स नसतात, ओनली मोबाईल नंबर.
That is being addressed. कारण आता फ्रॉम मागच्या वेळेच्या परीक्षेमध्ये COE and his staff went into ringing up all externals, confirming with them. So refusals were minimum. Only 10% changes had to occur. So they are also improving, and I'm sure they will be able to give you that detail.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
त्याच्यावर थोडंसं सॉफ्टवेअर वर आमचं काम चालू आहे, थोड्या टेक्निकल हीच येत आहे, त्याच्यामुळं हे होत आहे, पण आपण त्याच्यावर काम करून नक्की तुम्हाला पूर्ण येईल ऍक्सेप्टेड नॉन ऍक्सेप्टेड ची लिस्ट आणि सर्व काही व्यवस्थित येऊन जाईल, त्याची मी तुम्हाला ग्वाही देतो.
थँक्यू सर.
हा मॅडम, मला एक क्वेश्चन आहे. प्रिव्हियसली आय वॉज अ टीचर फॉर डेंटल ऑल्सो अँड मेडिकल ऑल्सो, but now since last 7 years the college where I am teaching does not have dental students. तरी सुद्धा मला रिपीटेडली युनिव्हर्सिटी कडनं फोन्स येतात की सर तुमची अपॉइंटमेंट डेंटल एक्झाम साठी झालेली आहे. सो आता हे जे लॉस काढलाय की यू कॅनॉट रिफ्यूज दॅट. नाउ व्हेन आय एम नॉट टीचिंग दोज स्टुडंट्स, am I eligible to take their exams because I have taught them in the past?
Yeah, but then if you are a dental faculty for a medical college, if you're not actively teaching examiner and if your college has forwarded you your name for examiner,
No,
you
madam,
can
let me explain. See, in our BMC colleges, we are 4, Nair, Sion, KEM and Cooper now. So when I was working in Nair, I was teaching dental students because Nair has got a dental college.
No, I understood your this thing that
And
now,
now, past
yeah.
7 years, there are no dental students attached to our college. And therefore,
But you are still a dental faculty, no?
no, I'm not.
Then what are you there for?
For the medical college.
No, but for medical college, you can't be a medical doctor, no? You are a dentist, no?
No, I'm not a dentist. I'm a MD medicine person.
Oh, then how can you, MD
That
medicine
is what.
can
So-
never be an examiner for dental.
Exactly, because for third dental, we had general medicine. So only those colleges where we are teaching, we were eligible to become examiners.
No, then I think your college should be updating that, and the list of examiners with the COE should be updated. How can a medicine person be sent for
Because I
dental?
am repeatedly getting calls from dental colleges in last 3 years की sir तुमची appointment आली आहे आणि तुम्ही का refuse करतात? And now with this clause of refusal, I will be unnecessarily penalized.
Has your college updated its list?
Madam, the previous college where I was, I have checked with them. They have updated, they are saying, but still I'm getting the calls.
But COE can look into it.
सर ऑलरेडी सीओई सरांनी आपल्याला ते मगाशी सांगितलेलेच आहे की कॉलेजेसने अपडेटेड लिस्ट जर दिलेली असेल तर ती विद्यापीठाच्या या लिस्टमध्ये अपडेशन ते तातडीने केले जाईल. ते जर आपल्या कॉलेजकडनं जर आपल्या लिस्टमध्ये जर नाव नसेल तर ते पुढील वेळेस आपल्याला अशा पद्धतीचे कुठलेही विचारणा केली जाणार नाही.
सर माझा प्रश्न
झालेलं आहे विक्रम डॉक्टर प्लीज लेट इट गो पास now your point has been conveyed.
I have to just
Then
convey one
personal
message,
things
madam.
can be addressed separately. This
No,
is
just
everyone is
listen
not
to me
lying
for a
here.
minute.
So let's go to
If-
the next
If
point.
the previous college has not edited the
मला असं वाटतं की फर्स्ट जे सेशन आहे ते बऱ्यापैकी इंटरॅक्टिव्ह झालेलं आहे. साधारण टीचिंग अँड लर्निंग इव्हॅल्युएशन, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फॅसिलिटीज फॉर एस्टॅब्लिशिंग डिजिटल इव्हॅल्युएशन, ओरिएंटेशन ऑन ऑनलाईन सबमिशन ऑफ TADA बिल्स, क्वेरी सेशन्स मध्ये अनेक प्रश्नोत्तर झालेले आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये बायोमेट्रिक पासून फेस रिकग्निशन पासून कन्व्हिनर्स बिलिंग या सगळ्या वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टींवर आपण चर्चा केलेली आहे. आता आपण लंच ब्रेक घेऊया आणि त्यानंतर पुढच्या सेशनसाठी आपल्याला जॉईन व्हायचं आहे. आपापले फॅकल्टीचे डीन्स या दृष्टिकोनातून आपलं पुढचं सेशन घेणार आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये कंडक्ट ऑफ इन्स्पेक्शन ऑफ LIC परफॉर्मा आणि या संदर्भामध्ये फॅकल्टी ऑफ डेंटिस्ट्रीचे डीन आणि फॅकल्टी ऑफ मेडिसिनचे डीन हे वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीने हे पुढचे सेशन्स कंडक्ट करणार आहे. तर मी माननीय कुलगुरू मॅडम यांच्या परवानगीने हे सेशन इथे संपलं असं जाहीर करतो आणि आपण लंच ब्रेक घेऊया.
थँक्यू दोर्ने सर.
येस मॅम, थँक्यू.
Sir, what time you are supposed to join?
आता 1:20 झालेले आहेत. 2 वाजता सुरू करायचं सर?
येस सर. येस सर.
2 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद दोर्ने सर. थँक्यू ऑल ऑफ यू.
बरोबर, खरंच आपण